This broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. Here's your 2-minute time check. Mark. Here comes your 1-minute time check for this Auburn broadcast. Mark. "30 seconds till broadcast." Mark.
From the Auburn Sports Network and Playfly Sports, Auburn baseball is on the air. 25 NCAA tournaments, 8 regional titles, and 6 trips to the College World Series. Exclusive game day coverage begins with the leadoff show. Now, let's go out to the ballpark.
Today's Auburn broadcast will begin in 10 minutes.
Springtime for Hoover, warm and humid, and the SEC tournament goes deep into the night. The finale in the second round matches Springtime for Hoover, warm and humid, and the SEC tournament goes deep into the night. The finale on the second day of the tournament matches Auburn and LSU for the first time this season. The winner moves into the quarterfinals Friday to face Texas A&M. Good evening and War Eagle from the Hoover Met with Brad Law and Quinn Burkina in our Skyview Auburn studio. I'm Andy Burcham. Auburn closed the regular season with a run rule win against SEC champion Georgia. Bub Terrell hit a pair of homers, while Alex Petrovic and Ryan Hetzler closed the door on the explosive Bulldog offense. LSU needs to win the SEC tournament in all likelihood to advance to the NCAAs. The Fighting Tigers won the final game on day one, 6-2 against Oklahoma. Auburn goes with Jake Marciano tonight. The sophomore left-hander is 4-5 with an ERA of 2.74. LSU counters with Cason Evans. The sophomore right-hander is 2-3 with an ERA of 6.27. When we return, the Butch Thompson pregame report. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win. We've got the highest payouts and the most epic rewards. At Wind Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Here's a clip from a recent Talking Tigers podcast with Andy Burcham.
Auburn gymnastics coach Ryan Roberts.
The facility that we have has every landing surface, every safety thing you can have, every training tool. So not every college has that. Right. So of course that's going to be something that athletes want to see, because I mean if they don't have a elite high class facility, it could hamper training a little bit. But at Auburn they have everything that we need here, and then the support and the resources as well. I mean, it's second to none. Yeah. I think that's a huge aspect when gymnasts are high-performing individuals and they want to continue to progress and they want to go somewhere where they know they're going to continue to get better and better and not stay the same or degrade.
New episodes of the Talking Tigers podcast are released Mondays wherever you listen to podcasts. Subscribe to the Talking Tigers podcast exclusively from the Auburn Sports Network.
Hey Tiger fans, it's college baseball season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Backwards K's and Barn Burners. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the action this postseason. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Auburn baseball games or to any other live event in Auburn, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Auburn Tiger baseball. Let's go Tigers, SeatGeek.
Game day coverage of Auburn baseball continues now with the Butch Thompson pregame report.
He waited around all day long to get to play this ball game tonight and against an LSU ball club that is highly motivated for this one tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Postseason baseball in Hoover. So many Auburn folks love this tournament for over 2 decades. And I'd love for our guys to play well. I'd love for Auburn to win it. We haven't won it since 1998. So our program, that'd be a huge step. And we're going to put our best foot forward, with Marciano going tonight. And, Jackson Sanders is ready to go. That's been a decent recipe for us. And, game complexion can change to have us do something else. But hadn't played LSU. I think I've been making the statement for a couple of months that, man, that'd be the first time in 25 years hadn't played them in the season, and we actually absolutely get them. So watching them last night, watching every pitch of the tournament, because I'm trying to learn stuff, this ABS, this new system that we're experimenting with, just the whole gamut, trying to learn the game and figure strategies out. And I know LSU didn't have the regular season they wanted, but I tell you one thing, as I sat there last night, Robin and I were sitting in the hotel room and watching the ball game. She said, "What do you think?" And I said, "It looks like the same LSU team I've always seen that was buttoned up, and 3 pitchers threw great for them." And Curiel, that center fielder, absolutely backsided 3 real hits, and they were operating like LSU of old to me last night.
Go back to the ABS challenge, and it was on display yesterday for day one, especially that Missouri game at the beginning. Catcher was on fire with that. What is your instruction? How will Auburn handle the ABS here tonight?
And we gave our team the rules. We said, let's watch. We contacted Major League Baseball. Where it comes from. That was evidence yesterday that buffer zone's a little bit bigger. I think this is about trusting Chase Fralick. The Missouri catcher did a great job. He was like 7 for 8 or something at the end of the day. It feels like the hitters, I said, Chase, I'm going to trust you more as a catcher than I will as a hitter, because you think everything's a ball when you're hitting. But I think we're putting our trust in Chase, and it looks like most of the people are putting their trust in those guys. You can't look over to the bench and see if a coach wants you to challenge or not. Saw that a couple of instances as well where the umpire's just not going to give it to you. So you got to get right to it, make a call, and it feels like the pitcher and hitter secondary. I think that's how it's worked at the professional level, and it was obvious yesterday. It's a lot of trust in that catcher working with that home plate umpire of making those decisions, and where, you know, if it was between 55 and 60%, which I think it was, where, you know, there was an adjustment to the call made by the home plate umpire, I think this is in the catcher's hands.
Your charge to Jake Marciano. It's a day's less rest for him last week, and I thought pitched really well against a highly charged Georgia offense.
Yep. I just go have a start, and if we feel like we need to pull him out, maybe not as much strain, but he's going out, and then we just got to decide when we take him out and make an adjustment. I think it has to do with traffic. You know, everybody talks about the century mark or 80 pitches or whatever game you're going to play. I don't think they're all measured the same. I think there's 80 pitches on a Sunday with it sunny and no traffic, and you're just out letting your hair blow in the wind. And then I think there could be 70 pitches with 12 guys on base, and it's hard and gears grinding every inning. So we'll be watching not just pitch count, but the effort and how much traffic, how much adversity goes into this outing. But for the player is just absolutely, this is another start against an SEC team where we got to find W's now. You know, that process and all those things that we tried to build our team on and training and all that stuff, it's for now. And because if we don't get a win today, we're back on the bus headed to the Plains tomorrow. So we absolutely have done all this training, all these processes, and this is that one time of the year for the rest of the way where those wins and losses have consequences, if you will. So we've known we're going to play a 3-game series every time we pull up and play an SEC team. You got to win to stay here, and our intentions as a group kind of lock shields to win 4 ball games. So the best way to do that is to be present and go get this first one tonight.
Wish you all the best tonight. War Eagle.
War Eagle.
Children's of Alabama reminds you that every child's head injury should be treated like a serious injury until a doctor says it's not. The CDC estimates some 4 million sports and recreation-related concussions occur each year. Even a minor fall or collision may be a concern. Symptoms typically include headaches, unsteadiness, confusion, or sleepiness. To find out what to do in case of a suspected concussion, visit childrensal.org/concussion and always dial 911 in case of an emergency.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Hey Tiger fans, it's college baseball season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Backwards K's and Barn Burners. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the action this postseason. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Auburn baseball games or to any other live event in Auburn, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Auburn Tiger baseball. Let's go Tigers, SeatGeek.
Okay, class, let's begin.
Psst, love your boots. I just sold a pair like that on eBay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took like 2 seconds to list, and they sold almost immediately. I've been selling everything lately. Some chunky boots, a faux fur coat I never wore, and a vintage chair that was more of an expensive clothing rack.
You know, I actually bought these on eBay. Wait, are you Kitty Sell Stuff from Brooklyn?
Okay, quiet, please.
Find what you love, sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
The starting lineups are presented by Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
We will start with LSU. The Tigers are the 14 seed in the tournament. Jay Johnson is the head coach of the Bayou Bengals. And here's their lineup. Mason Braun, the first baseman, is the leadoff hitter. Batting second and catching, Cade Arambidi. The center fielder, Derek Curiel, hits third. The cleanup hitter is the shortstop, Stephen Milam. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Braden Simpson. John Pearson is the third baseman. He will hit sixth. Hitting seventh in left field, it's Chris Stanfield. Jack Ruckert plays second base and bats eighth. And batting ninth, William Patrick, the right fielder. Again, for LSU, 30-27 on the season. Fighting Tigers go with Braun, Arambidi, Curiel, Milam, Simpson, Pearson, Stanfield, Ruckert, and Patrick. And now for your Auburn Tigers, Butch Thompson's team, 36 wins, 18 losses, the 6th seed in the SEC tournament after a 17-13 regular season run through the conference against the toughest schedule in the conference. And the lineup looks a little different tonight. For the first time since early in the year, Auburn goes with Chris Rembert in the leadoff position. Second baseman Rembert leading off. Hitting second and catching is Chase Fralick. Batting third, first baseman Ethan Bingaman. The cleanup man is the shortstop Eric Guevara. Bub Terrell is in left field. He'll hit fifth. Hitting sixth, the shortstop Brandon McCrane. Mason McCrane draws DH duties tonight. He will hit seventh. Hitting eighth and starting in center field, it's Bristol Carter. And in right field batting ninth, Cade Ballou. Again for the Tigers, it's Rembert, Fralick, Bingaman. Guevara, Terrell, McCrane, Carter, and Ballou. Just about ready for Jake Marciano to throw the first pitch. It's Auburn and LSU for the first time this year from the Hoover Met. And it's next. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Just the good stuff. And only the good stuff. Classic hits. Wings 94.3.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Tiger pride. When I'm carrying the Auburn University Regents Visa debit card or prepaid Regents Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra Auburn gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra War Eagle from the cashier too. Visit Regions.com/Go Tigers to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC, member FDIC.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became the best-selling trucks in America. 33 million trucks later, we've kept that title every year since. And that's a formula we plan on repeating. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. The best-selling trucks in America for 49 years and counting. Based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year industry reported total sales.
Yellowwood knows that a five-star backyard is the place to make lasting memories. Like cookouts. Cornhole with friends. Ooh, a neighborhood potluck with your wife's pasta salad. The one with the feta. Oh, sorry. Or taking a nap on your deck in a hammock. Naps are memories. I love naps. For five-star backyards and the most memorable experiences, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
Well, the Auburn lineups are being announced right now to this crowd at the Hoover Met. Big crowd gathering, lots of purple and gold, as you would imagine, and a really good dose of orange and blue. Everywhere we've been this year outside of Plainsman Park, or, well, certainly Plainsman Park included, but in these neutral games where we've gone around the state of Alabama, we've seen bigger crowds every time out than we have in the last several years, and that's no different tonight. Awesome, awesome crowd of orange and blue here at the Hoover Met. Before we set the defense and give you the numbers on Auburn starter Jake Marciano, it's 8:01 Central. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network.
And let's wait until Auburn actually takes the field to do that. We'll update the Ellerwood scoreboard and bring you up to speed on everything else that's happened in the SEC tournament today. 3 of the 4 quarterfinal matchups are set. Arkansas will meet Texas coming up Friday. Arkansas winner over Tennessee earlier today, 8-4. TJ Pompey 3 for 4, couple of runs scored. He drove in 3 as the Razorbacks scored 4 runs in the first, 3 in the fifth, and that would prove to be enough. 8-4 the final. 7 seed Arkansas over the 10 seed Tennessee. It was the 5th seed Florida moving on past the 12 seed Vanderbilt today. 8-3, Gators got it done. Blake Sear went 4 for 5 with a homer and a couple of runs driven in. So the 5 seed Florida moves on to meet Alabama tomorrow in the evening session in quarterfinal round action. First quarterfinal game tomorrow will be Georgia against 8 seed Mississippi State. State put down 16 seed Missouri today, 12-2. Mizzou scored first, got a run in the top of the first inning, but the upset-minded Tigers were quickly vanquished. Mississippi State with 3 in the second and then 8 runs in the 6th inning. Vitas Valencias homered twice in the 6th inning. And Mississippi State won it. Tomas Valencias' brother, picked up his 10th win of the year. 6 innings, just 1 earned run and 8 strikeouts in the effort. So Mississippi State and Georgia, Florida and Alabama tomorrow. Friday in the quarterfinals, it'll be Arkansas against Texas and Texas A&M against the winner of our matchup tonight. Umpires are meeting at home plate. Auburn's just about to take the field defensively. When they do, Bub Terrell will go to left. Bristol Carter will go to center. Cade Ballou is in right field tonight. Along the infield, it's Eric Guevara at third. Brandon McCrane at short. The second baseman is Chris Rembert. And the first baseman is Ethan Bingham. And Chase Fralick occupying his normal spot behind the plate. Jake Marciano, 6'3", 180 pounds, a sophomore from Bayville, New Jersey. And what a year he's had in his first year with the Auburn program after transferring in from Virginia Tech. This year, Marciano 4-5. That's a deceptive record across 14 starts. His earned run average of 2.74, third in the SEC. He's on multiple National Pitcher of the Year watch lists, semifinal lists, and so on. 75 2/3 innings pitched. Marciano's given up 58 hits, 28 runs, only 23 of those earned. He's walked only 16 all year and struck out 96. Teams are batting just .208 against Jake Marciano. Those are his overall numbers for the left-hander. In conference play this year, Marciano was 2-5 with a 3.35 ERA. He averaged better than 5 innings a start, 53 2/3 frames in 10 starts, 46 hits, 20 earned runs, 15 walks, and 61 strikeouts. Still better than a 4-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio in league games. Gave up 8 doubles, 12 homers. Teams hit .225 against him in SEC play. Are you looking for pregame activities? Check out OpelikaUnforgettable.com for stay and play options. Great hotels, unique restaurants, breweries, distillery, a ton of shopping options. Plus, don't forget to visit Opelika's historic downtown entertainment district. Next game, pregame in Opelika. We're just a few minutes away from Auburn and LSU. Auburn took 2 of 3 from LSU last year at Plainsman Park before the Fighting Tigers went on to win the national championship. Their only meeting this year comes in the SEC tournament. Winner advances to the quarterfinals for a Friday evening date with the 3 seed Texas A&M. That's enough from me. Let's turn it over to the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham, to get you going on a balmy, muggy Wednesday night in Hoover.
It feels like it should be in Hoover, Alabama in mid to late May. And your first pitch weather forecast is brought to you by Jackson Services. When your comfort quits, Jackson Services shows up. Heating, air, and plumbing done right the first time. Family owned since 1973. Call Jackson Services today and feel the difference. Jackson Services, delivering comfort, creating trust. At game time, 77 degrees. Southeast winds 3 miles an hour. Partly cloudy skies overhead. We've had a little bit of rain in the Hoover area, a little bit of rain here at the Hoover Met. But I'll tell you what, when we looked at this game as early as or as late as Monday, well, we thought we'd be dodging raindrops tonight, but it has kind of moved around the Hoover Met. I think we're going to be able to get in tonight, and knock on wood, everything's going to be fine from a weather perspective. We've had a run rule game already today, and the fact that this game is going to start 10 minutes later than typical is also a miracle.
Especially, Andy, because of game one yesterday. That Missouri Ole Miss game yesterday went 4 hours.
Right.
At one point I did the math, and it came up to, if all the games took that long and you had 40 minutes between games, yesterday would have ended at 2:50 a.m.
It was the highest scoring game in SEC tournament history.
Well, and it set a trend. The ball is flying.
Flying out. When you think of the Hoover Met, this has always been thought of as a pitcher's ballpark. 405 to center, 335 down the lines, and it's a symmetrical ballpark. And typically, this is a pitcher's park, but it's hard to say that this weekend. In game 2 today, 20 home runs had already been hit in this tournament. That equals the amount of home runs hit all of last year in the SEC tournament.
Not 10 years ago, not a vastly difference. Last year.
Last year. And we're not talking about a major difference in the ball or the bat, but, buddy, the ball has been flying out of here. And not just paint scrapers. I mean, prodigious blasts.
Yes. Show enough long balls.
Exactly. So what do we have in store for this one tonight? I mean, typically I would say this is a game tailor-made for Jake Marciano because of the dimensions of this ballpark, but we'll just have to wait and see because the ball has been flying out of here this year.
A couple of other things as we get started, Andy. Very clearly, Auburn is going after it. The fact that Marciano is on the mound tonight, we probably see Jackson Sanders tonight, that tells you Auburn's not coming here to fill some space before regionals. They're going after it. LSU is in a different spot. LSU, a usual favorite here in Hoover.
Won it last year.
They've got to win it to qualify for regionals. So they're throwing all their chips in as often as possible in this game and all weekend.
Well, and they had to do that last night just to get to tonight.
Correct.
They finished 9-18 in Southeastern Conference play. This is the defending SEC and national champions.
The 21 losses in the league, the most they've had in conference play since like the 1930s. That is a long time.
30-27 on the season coming into this one tonight. Marciano for the Tigers. It'll be Braun, Arabidi, and Curiel. The first three to face the Auburn left-hander who, you mentioned his record at 4-5, but look at his last two outings for the Tigers. I mean, 2 weeks ago, he was going on 2 days less rest.
Yep.
And then last week, held that Georgia ball club to a pair of solo home runs.
Which you hold
unheard
Georgia,
of.
Yeah, you hold Georgia to 2 solo home runs, you win 9 out of 10 times.
Exactly.
It just so happened last week was that 1 out of 10.
Mason Braun will lead it off for LSU, batting .336, 3 homers, 21 runs batted in. About, from a crowd perspective, as good as you could hope for on the final game of day 2 of the SEC tournament. This is a packed house and then some tonight.
There's not a lot of empty seats here for a Wednesday night.
Auburn in the white tops and bottoms tonight. The blue ball caps, blue bill, the orange AU across the front. LSU, the road grays. The umpires tonight, Kevin Sweeney behind the plate, Scott Kennedy at first, Jason Bradley at second, and Clint Fagan down at third. And Jake Marciano steps to the top of the hill at the Hoover Met. Game 4 on day 2 of the SEC tournament about to begin as Marciano throws to Mason Braun. And the first pitch is a swing and a foul back here.
This is a very different hitting profile for LSU than, what it was last year and that Georgia team Marciano saw a week ago. They have a couple of double-digit home run guys.
0-1 swing and another foul further down the left side and into the stands.
And they have 3 players with 46 or more RBIs on the year. But more than that, they're trying to get on base. They're looking for gaps and lines. They're more of a doubles team than a home run team.
0-2 to Braun. Marciano, the wind and the pitch. Here it is. It misses a little bit high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The ABS challenge is in effect throughout this SEC tournament. It has been used and liberally on the first 2 days of the tournament. 1-2 the count to Braun. Marciano, the wind and the pitch, and Braun swings and lifts it left side. Shallow in the outfield. Guevara gives way to McCrane, and the Auburn shortstop in foul ground makes a running catch, and the ball game is underway.
Well, of the 3 of them, I'm not sure that he had the best angle to it, but he might have seen it and tracked it better than Guevara or Terrell. He called for it with authority and made the play. Well done.
Here's a catcher, Cade Arabidi, batting .324, a team leading 18 home runs and 51 runs batted in.
Getting reports from those who are watching on the YouTube feed from the Hoover Met. Crowd is huge and loud early.
1 out, nobody on, and Arabidi to the plate. First pitch to him. In there for a strike. Off-speed delivery at 78. Guevara pretty close to the line at third. Bingaman plays off the line at first. 0-1. Arabidi takes strike 2. Another off-speed pitch at 77. 0-2. Wind and the 0-2 pitch to Arabidi. It bounced up there, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Talking with Butch Thompson, talking with the Auburn coaches at breakfast this morning. For the most part, it's going to be Chase Fralick calling for the ABS challenges, the challenges of the balls and strikes. Now, we may see a batter or 2 or perhaps a pitcher, but for the most part, it's going to be big number 3 behind the plate.
Might have to be a high leverage situation for a batter to use it.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Arabidi, the pitch, and he fouls it back to the screen. First fastball he's seen at 91.
Yeah, bingo. 3 off-speed pitches in a row. Thought might run that one by him, but I think the catcher maybe was looking fastball there in that spot too.
1 ball and 2 strikes the count to Arabidi. Marciano works off the left side of the hill. The pitch. Arabidi fouls it beyond the camera well. And in foul ground down the left side, and Brandon McCrane will throw that one out of play.
Quick bat from Arabidi. You can see why he hit 18 home runs this year. Tremendous bat speed.
Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Wind and delivery. Another foul ball.
He is just really early on the off-speed pitch.
As you know, for Marciano to be effective, he's got to get strikes on both sides of the plate tonight. 1-2 pitch. Fly ball into deep center, but not deep enough. Bristol Carter to his right makes the catch. 2 outs.
That jumped off the bat, and Bristol just textbook center field. He broke back rather quickly and then sized it up.
2 down, and here's Derek Curiel, center fielder for the Fighting Tigers, batting .349. 6 homers, 46 runs batted in. He's expected to be their highest draft pick this year. We've seen projections inside the top 20 of the first round for Curiel coming up in the Major League Baseball draft. Left-handed hitter, 2 outs and nobody on. Rembert plays, or rather, Guevara plays up at third, and the first pitch is a strike.
Got to get to corners, got to get high-low set, and he did there on that first pitch in the delivery. Took a little something off and got it knee-high.
From West Covina, California, Curiel takes the 0-1. It missed outside, 1 ball and a strike.
A waste pitch away. Curiel is at his best when he gets pitches middle away that he can take to the opposite field. Left center field for doubles and into left field. Big hole on the left side, so I like that. You set him up away and now maybe go back inside.
1-1. Fastball. Strike call. Didn't quite see the call there from Kevin Sweeney, but it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Steve Milam waits on deck. 1-2 pitch to Curiel. Chopper, right side. Pitcher fields, twirls, throws. 1, 2, 3. Nothing across for LSU in the first, and Auburn comes to the plate. And this is the Auburn Sports Network.
Auburn family, it's time to join the coolest club on the Plains, Aubie's Kids Club presented by Chaffee's. Memberships for the upcoming school year are on sale now. Your favorite Tigers Kids Club offers 2 membership options. They give you awesome gear like an Auburn t-shirt, a men's basketball SEC Champions medal sign, and more. Throughout the year, you can check in at Auburn Athletics events to receive points, earn prizes, and you'll also get invited to special events only available through Aubie's Kids Club. Head to auburntigers.com/kidsclub to sign up today. War Eagle!
Strike out ants, termites, and other pests with a call to Cook's Pest Control. Cook's proven pest control methods and superior termite control system keep your home safe and are backed by a 110% satisfaction guarantee. As the weather gets warmer, your spring cleaning isn't done until you call the official pest control partner of the Auburn Tigers, Cook's Pest Control.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
Nothing at all doing for LSU in the top of the first, so Auburn comes to bat against Kason Evans, a right-hander out of Houston. 6'2", 196, a sophomore. Last year for LSU, he was 5-1 as a true freshman with a 2.05 ERA. Started 3 games. He was primarily a closer, had 7 saves a year ago for LSU. This year as a starter, Evans 2-3, 12 appearances, 11 starts, 2-3 with a 6.27 earned run average, 56 innings, 50 hits, 39 earned runs, 30 walks, 81 strikeouts in 56 innings. Hello. He has thrown 9 wild pitches, hit 6 batters, and opposition is hitting .231 against Kason Evans. Defensively, behind him, Chris Stanfield is in left, Derek Curiel is in center, William Patrick in right. Along the infield, it's John Pearson at third, Stephen Milam at short, Jack Ruckert at second, Mason Braun, the freshman, at first, and Cade Arambidi behind the plate. So a right-handed pitcher against righty, lefty, righty to start for Auburn in the bottom of the first, Rembert, Freilich, and Bingaman.
Evans has only pitched in 1 win for LSU since March 27th, and that was a 7-5 win against Tennessee on April 3rd. In his last 3 games, LSU has given up 10 runs to A&M, 12 runs to Georgia, and 11 runs to Florida. But this is a new night. This guy was a second-team freshman All-American a year ago.
Yep.
And he will get Rembert, Freilich, and Bingaman for Auburn in the first inning. And the first pitch misses low, ball 1. Good fastball, outstanding changeup.
Well, TV just showed, too, he's got the SEC's best whiff rate at 37%, so being able...
Ground ball left side, shortstop deep in the hole. Fields and throws to first and got Rembert by a half step. Nicely played by Milam.
Yeah, excellent. That was in the hole pretty deep, and Rembert runs well. So Milam fielded it fine, had to make a strong throw to get the out, which he did.
1 down for Auburn, and here's Chase Freilich.
Well, he was 2 steps into the left field.
Freilich, the Auburn catcher, hits .320, 13 homers, 42 runs batted in. Named to the semifinalist list of the Buster Posey Award for the nation's top catcher. First pitch to him. It missed low for ball 1.
Well, the point I was going to make with that large of a whiff rate, the key is not swinging at stuff outside the strike zone. Auburn did a good job of that.
Fastball misses inside. I thought Auburn really made a good adjustment to that by game 3 last week against Georgia.
Yep.
And LSU will challenge that call, and it is a strike.
There you go. Didn't take long, did it?
No, it didn't. A ball and a strike. Just got the inside corner. According to the APS, pitch. Freilich takes strike 2.
96 on the fastball from Evans there.
One and two the count. Freilich, here's the pitch. It misses low.
He's going to challenge that.
Yes, he is.
Cade Arambidi feeling it here early.
Strike 3.
Wow. I'll tell you, to the naked eye, it looked low. That's a huge strike zone. And some catchers are taking advantage of it.
So a strikeout to Fralick, and here's Ethan Bingaman, the Auburn freshman. Freshman, all SEC.
Oh, goodness. That's at his shins.
Pitch on the way to Ethan. Drops low for ball one.
Well,
it's a big zone, friends. This is what it is.
Right.
Pearson on the line at third, the pitch. Bingaman takes it low, 2 balls and no strikes to the Auburn first baseman.
Well, we always say if you got to work with what the zone is,
right.
So Fralick can take that into account when he's behind the plate too.
Pitch on the way, Bingaman takes a strike. Fastball at 97. Bingaman, second team first baseman in the SEC and freshman all SEC for the Tigers. Batting .333, the pitch. Swings and he lifts it up off the right side and over the grandstand and out of play.
Yeah, this guy on the all-freshman team was a layup.
Yeah.
Led Auburn in batting average and RBIs in conference games.
Swing and a miss. And Evans strikes out Fralick, and Bingaman gets a ground out to Rembert. And both pitchers set down the opponent. 1-2-3, nothing across. Through one, no score in Hoover, and Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Yellowwood knows that a 5-star backyard is the place to make lasting memories. Like cookouts. Cornhole with friends. Ooh, a neighborhood potluck with your wife's pasta salad. The one with the feta. Oh, sorry. Or taking a nap on your deck in a hammock. Naps are memories. I love naps. For 5-star backyards and the most memorable experiences, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
He's got the speed. He's got room. He's going to score.
No one gets you closer to the game than Sirius XM College Sports Radio.
For the win. Got it. Let's go.
Tune in for news, talk, and analysis from the offseason through regular season and into the postseason. We've got your team covered anywhere you go.
Deep to center field. Oh, it's gone.
Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 2025.
No score as we move to the second inning. Tonight's second inning brought to you by Auburn Bank, champions of you. From the SEC tournament at the Hoover Met with Brad Law and Quinn Burkeen in our Auburn Sports Network studios. I'm Andy Burcham, glad to be with you tonight. Final game of the night. The winner moves into Friday's quarterfinal to play Texas A&M. That is a 7 o'clock Central Time start on Friday. It will be Milam, Simpson, and Pearson for for LSU here in the second inning.
A lot more time between innings here than we're used to.
That's a good point. Milam 1 for 3 last night, scored a run, drove home 2. Hitting an even 300 with 11 homers and 49 runs batted in. Right-hander against the lefty, Marciano. Jake the wind in the pitch. It's in there for a strike. 89 on the fastball from Marciano. Pitch clock down to 9. And Fralick struggling with his pitch con. And Everett Tieford will bring out another one for him.
They had some issues with it to start the ball game. The very beginning of the game was delayed because it wasn't working. And now the second one, and Chase is almost to the point where he's just going to throw down signs for Marciano.
0-1 to count to Steve. That's Stephen Milam. Marciano the wind in the pitch. Milam fouls it back.
And that's exactly what they're doing. Fralick's putting down signs old school style.
Milam from Las Cruces, New Mexico. Junior shortstop, batting .300, 11 homers and 49 runs batted in. Wind and the 0-2 pitch. Fly ball into center. Bristol Carter over, now back. Squares up, makes the catch, 1 out.
90-mile-an-hour fastball. Milam, a good fastball hitter. Couldn't get enough behind that, and again, a lot of space. I mean, just a lot of green grass out there in a big center field, and Carter patrols it confidently.
Here's Bradley Simpson. Braden Simpson, 2 for 3 last night. Came on as a pinch hitter, right-handed hitter. Simpson, the DH tonight for LSU. First pitch to him. Missed the inside corner, a ball and no strikes.
Well, and if you're Jake Marciano and Chase Fralick, and you see how big the strike zone is now in person, I think you go a little, you try to get lower with that pitch.
1-0. Right down the middle for a strike. 90 on the fastball, 1-1 to Simpson.
I'm not saying the one before it was too low, but yeah, you got to try to take advantage of an even lower or an even larger strike zone tonight.
1 out, nobody on for LSU. We're in the second. The pitch. Simpson goes after a fastball, elevated, comes up empty on the outside corner as well. A ball and 2 strikes.
That's where Jake can be at his best, too. If you get him looking high, now you drop it down again.
He's been ahead with 2 strikes to every hitter thus far. The 0-2. Fly ball into center. Bristol Carter. Over, now back. Makes the catch right at the warning track. That ball carried a little more on Bristol than he thought.
It sure did, and Cade Ballou smiling about it. Bristol is not. He came over and a couple of steps in and then had to change his route and make an over-the-shoulder catch that was not easy.
2 down in the inning. Both put outs by the Auburn center fielder Bristol Carter, and here's John Pearson, third baseman, 1 for 3. In last night's win over Oklahoma for LSU.
Marciano's gotten to 2 strikes to all 5 batters he's faced so far.
He winds and fires. Strike on the inside corner.
Strike 1 just changes. It sets the tone so often, especially with Marciano when his control is on.
Wind to the 0-1. It drops low. Scooped up by Fralick. A ball and a strike. Pearson hitting .252 this season, 8 homers, 23 runs batted in. Two outs, no one on. The 1-1 pitch. Base hit to left. First base run of the night is John Pearson.
Hung one up there at 90. It was a fastball, but it got too much of the plate. He was trying to get it to the outside corner, maybe a little off, and Pearson reached out, pulled it into the left.
And that brings the former Auburn Tiger, Chris Stanfield, to the plate. Part of the national championship team a year ago for LSU, batting .234 this year. And the left fielder tonight for LSU. 3 homers, 12 runs batted in for Chris. Pitch on the way is a little bit up. Pearson at first, 3 out of 5 in stolen bases this year for LSU. 2 outs, a runner at first for the Fighting Tigers. Pitch to Stanfield, in there for a strike. 77 on the changeup. 1-1 the count.
Off speed and headed toward that inside corner. Marciano's hit a few this year, but he establishes the inside corner early.
Pearson gets his lead from first. The 1-1 to Stanfield. Just a little bit in, maybe a little bit up. Balls and a strike. Marciano, the 2-1. Stanfield up the third baseline, but foul. I can see folks still trying to find some parking out beyond the left field wall of the big parking lot out there. So folks still trying to get into this ballpark. Biggest crowd we've seen by far on the first 2 days of the tournament. 2-2 to Chris Stanfield. The stretch by Marciano. Here's the pitch. Ground ball foul into the LSU dugout on a hop.
Really good use of the off-speed pitch tonight from Marciano. He's got these eager LSU hitters way ahead.
2 balls and 2 strikes to count Stanfield. Pearson gets his lead at first. Pitch. Stanfield just took it inside.
Oh, Chase thought about a challenge there too, but he didn't use it.
Count goes full, so Pearson gets an early start. Auburn will not hold on. Pearson, there he goes. The pitch. Stanfield fouls back a fastball. 91 from Jake Marciano.
And up around the letters. Not a bad idea there. He's not able to do much with it if he does catch up to it. And now you could go back fastball away, or you go back to the off-speed pitch, or challenge him with another high fastball here. A lot of options still with the count full.
3-2 pitch. Stanfield to the shortstop. McCrane to first, and the inning comes to a close. Circled that one and made the strong throw to first. 6-3 on the putout, and the inning comes to a close. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left for LSU. We go to the bottom of the second. Auburn and LSU are scoreless. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
At Affordable Comfort Cooling Systems and Plumbing, we believe our work is more than just AC and plumbing repairs. It's about serving people with integrity and care. As a Christian-owned company, we take Colossians 3:23 to heart. Whatever you do, work at it all with your heart, as working for the Lord, not for men. That's why at ACCS and Plumbing, we do the job right the first time and always stand behind our work. As a proud Ream dealer, we're committed to offering top-quality products and faith-driven values. Give us a call today or visit ACCSauburn.com to learn more. That's ACCSauburn.com.
Alabama license number 12084.
Keeping your money in a traditional savings account is like using the Yellow Pages instead of Google. Outdated and slow. Skip the small, slow returns and put your money to work with the Max Elevate Money Market. You get all the same security of a savings account, plus the ability to earn even more on your money. Get started at mymax.com/elevate or call us at 260-2600. Certain restrictions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Guevara, Terrell, and Brandon McCrane to face Case and Evans as Auburn comes to the plate in the bottom half of the second. Conecuh Sausage is the official sausage and hot dog of the Auburn Tigers. Conecuh Sausage is a game day favorite and always great on the grill. Pick up a pack at your local grocery store or visit the Conecuh Gift Shop in Evergreen, Alabama off I-65 at exit 96 and enjoy Conecuh Sausage next weekend when Auburn is at home for the first round of the NCAA tournament. We will find out Sunday evening the regional hosts, and then Monday at 11, the full tournament field, including all the national seeds, to be revealed at 11 o'clock Central Time, I believe on ESPN2.
Ought to be a fun watch.
Always is when you're involved.
That's right.
Eric Guevara will lead it off. First pitch to him, swing and a miss. Slider off the outside corner, 0-1 to Eric, 337 the average. 11 homers and a team-leading 47 runs batted in. Pitch on the way. It misses low, a ball and a strike. Just an 11-pitch first inning for Evans, who struck out Freilich and Bingaman to get out of the inning unscathed.
Outstanding fastball. It's been 95 to 97.
There's a strike to Guevara on the inside corner, a ball and 2 strikes to Eric. And early on, Evans is all around the strike zone. Pitch. Upstairs, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Evans also works really quickly. I don't know we've seen a pitcher work faster than Evans.
2-2 pitch coming up to Guevara. Here it is. Ground ball to the left side. Third baseman on a hop. Fields and throws to first. Good stretch over there by Braun, but he does so successfully for the out.
Yeah, Braun had to almost go into a full split over there to reach out and haul that ball in. Kind of bailed out Pearson.
Almost a double clutch by Pearson. One out for Bub Terrell. A team leading 15 homers this year for Bub, 41 runs batted in, 308 the average. Evans the wind and the pitch, and Bub takes it off the outside edge. And a challenge.
Yeah. Well, called the ball low.
Yeah, Aaron Beatty isn't wasting any time tonight, is he?
Nope.
And it's a strike.
Got another one.
He has been successful every time so far.
Boy, oh boy. You just as a hitter have to change your understanding of what the actual strike zone is.
0-1, Bub takes it outside.
It's like going through a speed trap. You've been on 55 forever. But all of a sudden it's down to 35. You better change.
1-1. Bub swings and fouls it. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Since the opening at bat by Rembrandt, and he grounded out on the second pitch, Evans has gone to a 2-strike count on everybody else. Pitch. Bub swings and lines it up the middle. It's a base hit. Into center field, Curiel gets it. Bub with a big turn at first. Curiel gets it back, and Auburn has a runner at first base with 1 out.
2-strike hitting. Nice job by Bub. That was not the fastball. That was, may have been a slider.
I don't think so.
No, mid-80s.
Yeah, it may have been a cutter.
Yeah, it may have been.
Or his mid-80s may be the change.
He stayed on that back foot, power through the swing. Just an excellent swing by Terrell.
Regardless, he left it up.
Yeah.
Terrell's at first base with 1 out. And here's Brandon McCrane. Pletch in there for a strike.
Ooh.
Wow, that's a big strike zone, especially up to the bottom of the strike zone, right?
Yeah.
This guy's 6'3".
That's 2 that have been at the shins, literally at the shins of the batters.
0-1 to Brandon McCrane. Pitch on the way. Strike 2, same spot.
Yeah, you're exactly right. The exact same spot, and you can't risk a challenge when that has been called a strike by ABS so far.
Terrell at first with 1 out. Brandon McCrane behind, no balls and 2 strikes. Stretch and pitch. Brandon, left side to the shortstop, or the third baseman, to second for 1, and that's the only play they have. Thought that was going to sneak through, but Pearson got to it rather easily. So McCrane at first with the fielder's choice. He's there with 2 outs. And it brings Mason McCrane to the plate.
What we've already seen, too, is the home plate umpire doesn't want to have to be challenged over and over. So a pitch he knows is not a strike, but ABS is going to call it a strike. He's now going to call it a strike. We saw it twice in that at bat to McCrane.
Mason batting .307, 5 homers, 34 runs batted in. Throw to first. Brandon is back, standing up. Brandon, the shortstop, 16 of 19 in stolen bases. 2 outs, a runner at first for Auburn. Stretch. And the pitch. Mason takes it in there for a strike.
I think that's the changeup. I think his fastball is mid-90s. The changeup is mid-80s. And those are the 2 pitches he throws most.
Brandon jumps out to a lead. He's there with 2 outs. Mason awaits the 0-1 pitch from Evans. Here it is. Swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes to count.
Nothing but strikes since the single by Terrell.
Cason Evans has been very sharp early on. Pitch on the way. Check swing, foul ball back to the screen. Tons of foul ground everywhere that there is foul ground here. Behind the plate, all the way down into each corner. Count remains, no balls and 2 strikes to Mason McCrane. Brandon, his brother, with the lead at first. 2 outs. The pitch outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count.
You consider starting the runner in this spot here. If not, McCrane's already seen some pitches. If he's not successful, in the steal.
Cason Evans comes set. Here's the pitch. Mason chops it foul past Sonny DeShera, who did not move. It's a team that has 10 pickoffs this season, and their leading guy, 5 pickoffs this season. Their leading guy is the catcher, Aaron Beatty. Another 0-2. Mason swings, lifts it up the left side. That'll get out of play. And onto the grassy berm, down and around into each corner, right side, left side.
Mason maybe looking change up first and just trust his bat speed if he gets a fastball.
Brandon gets that lead at first, now the 0-2. Outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Have we seen Mason McCrane as a DH this season?
Yes, before he was, early on before he was in right field. But like the first month of the season, not Not much in conference play.
2 balls and 2 strikes, the count. Pitch, swing, ground ball, foul again. And again, Teixeira doesn't move a muscle.
Stoic.
Brandon McCrane at first, 2 down in the inning. No score, Auburn and LSU, bottom of the second. 2-2 the count to Mason McCrane as Evans comes set. And the pitch. Swing, fly ball, right center field. Patrick ranges in and makes the catch. And the inning comes to a close. No runs, a hit, no errors, a man left for Auburn. We move to the third. No score between Auburn and LSU. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong, you are fearless, you are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Tiger pride. When I'm carrying the Auburn University Regents Visa debit card or prepaid Regents Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra Auburn gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra War Eagle from the cashier too. Visit Regions.com/Go Tigers to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC, member FDIC.
You're listening to Auburn Baseball in the SEC Tournament.
No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left for each Auburn and LSU through 2. LSU will send up the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the third to face Jake Marciano, who's thrown 33 pitches in his first 2 innings of work. Jack Ruckert, William Patrick, and Mason Braun for LSU. Winner of this game moves on to the quarterfinals, but won't play until 7 o'clock Central Time Friday in the quarterfinals against Texas A&M. 2 games in the quarterfinals tomorrow, but the winner of this game gets tomorrow off. Ruckert 0 for 4 in the win against Oklahoma last night. Pitch on the way, and Ruckert takes a strike. Guevara plays up at third, modified shift to the right side of the infield for everybody else. Marciano, the 0-1. Ruckert takes it outside, a ball and a strike. Ruckert out of Baton Rouge. Awaits the 1-1 from New Jersey native Jake Marciano. The pitch, swing, and a miss. 90 on that fastball from Marciano, and now the full shift for Auburn. Guevara moves to shortstop, everybody else on the right side of the infield, and Rembert 30 feet in the outfield and right. Pitch. Change up, it missed a little bit low.
Not quite high enough, though, low to challenge.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Marciano winds and fires. Fly ball left side. In fair ground on the outfield grass, Guevara is there. Near the line, makes the catch. Boy, he had to go a long way, Brad, to get to that one.
Kind of kept carrying. I don't know. There's a slight breeze blowing out toward left right now. I don't know if that had any effect on it or if it just had a little more carry, but you're right. He had to go further than you thought off the bat.
1 down, and that'll bring William Patrick to the plate. He was 0 for 1 as a pinch hitter last night for LSU. Batting .231, no homers, 6 runs batted in. He bats with a nobody on and 1 out here in the top of the third. No score between Auburn and LSU. Final game in round 2 of the SEC tournament, and there's a strike on the inside edge. Fastball at 89 from Jake Marciano. Top of the order, and Mason Braun waits on deck. 0-1, strike 2. Fastball in there at 90 again.
2 in a row, just kind of right in there.
Yeah. Frelick setting up on the inside corner here against the right-handed hitter. Marciano gets his sign. Winds in the 0-2 pitch. Tried to get it in on the hands, and a nice job by Patrick to fight it off, and he fouls it into the stands down the right side.
Yeah, he didn't get it far enough in. Thankfully for Marciano, it was up enough that Patrick couldn't get around on it better.
Oh, 0-2 the count, pitch on the way. Swing and a miss to the high fastball. First strikeout of the night for Marciano. The K counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number one. And now we start the second time through the order for the Fighting Tigers, and Mason Braun bats with 2 outs and nobody on here in the third inning. Third inning, of course, presented by the Vance Law Firm. At the Vance Law Firm, they say dial 3 for me. 334-333-3333. Pitch on the way to Braun. Swing, line drive, base hit into left. Just a smooth swing the other way.
Well, Marciano's done such a good job of throwing first pitch strikes. He left that one out over the plate a little more, knee high, and the freshman Braun was ready to attack the first pitch.
2-out single in the second for LSU and a 2-out single in the third for LSU. Braun is aboard. And that brings Cade Arambidi to the plate. Catcher flied out to center to Bristol Carter. Back in the first. Pitch on the way to Arambidi, misses low, ball 1. 18 homers and 51 runs batted in. Don't make a mistake to this guy. Stretched by Marciano. And the pitch. Changeup for strike. Had Arambidi on the front foot. A ball and a strike to the LSU catcher. Marciano checks the runner at first and the 1-1. Swing on a fly ball up the right side, curving foul. And into the children out there on the grassy area. 1-2 the count. I would love to know how many baseballs that they contribute to youngsters during this tournament out there in right field and in left field in that grassy area. A ball and 2 strikes to Arambidi. Braun with the lead at first. The pitch. High fly ball again, right side. That'll get out of play. Same spot. Two outs and a runner at first for LSU. Top of the third, no score between Auburn and the Fighting Tigers. Here's the 1-2 to Arambidi on the way. Fly ball into shallow center field. Out goes Rembert. In comes Bristol Carter. It will be Ballou in right field to make the catch. And the inning comes to a close. No runs a hit, no errors, a man left to the bottom of the third. No score between the Tigers and the Fighting Tigers. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong, you are fearless, you are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win. We've got the highest payouts and the most epic rewards. At Wind Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The score between Auburn and LSU. Tigers of Auburn come to the plate in the bottom half of the third. It will be Bristol Carter, Cade Ballou, and Chris Rembert. 8, 9, and 1 hitters. 32 pitches so far for Kason Evans. A couple strikeouts in the first inning. LSU with a couple base hits. Auburn with 1. No runner has gone beyond first base so far. Bristol Carter back in the Auburn lineup tonight, batting .297, a couple homers, 25 runs batted in. You want this guy on base.
Yeah.
Any way you can get him there.
You so appropriately early in the year labeled him the disruptor.
I wasn't the one that came up with it, but
No,
it's appropriate.
It is appropriate. And let's see how Pearson plays at third, or the freshman Braun plays at first.
Pearson is in at third, and
Yeah.
he guards the line, the pitch. Bristol shows bunt, takes a strike.
It's the right idea, though, by Carter. You want to try to get a base runner early in an inning.
Bristol takes it low, 1 ball and 1 strike to count to the Auburn center fielder. 29 stolen bases in 30 attempts this year.
Nothing else, you'd like to disrupt how fast Evans works with nobody on base.
1-1. Bristol takes it off the outside edge. 2 balls and a strike.
Thought that might get an ABS challenge, but it didn't.
Two balls and a strike to Carter. The pitch. Bristol swings, fouls it up the right side, out of play.
Well, the folks over on that side of things are getting plenty of souvenirs.
2-2 to Bristol Carter, leading off the Auburn third. Here's the pitch. Bristol swings and misses. Third strikeout of the night for Evans.
Change up that just dived down into the dirt.
And here's Cade Ballou. Homered in that win on Saturday to wrap up the regular season against Georgia. His first of the year. 11 RBIs for the Auburn High School product. 1 out, pitch to him. Swing on a fastball, and he comes up empty at 96.
Left side of that infield is open. Pearson was playing very shallow and near the line. Now he backs up. Wouldn't put it past Cade to drop a bunt down here.
0-1. Ballou tries to go the left side with the swing, but fouls it out of play. And he's quickly behind 0-2. Other than Rembert's first at bat, Evans has gone to a 2-strike count to everyone else so far. And the 0-2 to Ballou, up and in. Ballou has been hit 41 times, an Auburn record, was almost hit for a 42nd time right there.
He does not have a 3-ball count, though, this first time through the order. So he's getting ahead. And
1-2, Ballou. Swing and a miss. Couple strikeouts for Evans. And now Rembert to the plate for the Tigers.
Yeah, first wave time through the order, nothing doing. Auburn's been pretty good this year, the second time through against starters.
Rembert to the plate, struck out in the first, or rather grounded out in the first, and swings and lifts one into shallow left center field. Curiel is on, and it's a quick pitch inning for Evans. 3 up, 3 down for Auburn. We're through 3. No score between Auburn and LSU. Stay tuned. This is the Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay, things people love.
She was the sister who went unnoticed.
A daffodil might look plain next to a lily, but on its own there is much to be admired.
Now her greatest chapter is yet to come.
The most important thing is to be yourself.
From the world of Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice comes a new BritBox original drama.
Mary, you will flourish.
Based on the best-selling novel, The Other Bennett Sister, now streaming only on BritBox. Watch with a free trial at BritBox.com.
Exclusive play-by-play coverage of Auburn baseball is brought to you by Alabama Power. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
3, 4, and 5 hitters for LSU in the fourth. No score between the Tigers and the Fighting Tigers. On the final game of day 2 of the SEC tournament. To take you through the middle 3 innings, here is Brad Law.
Thank you very much, Andy. Hope you're having a good night, however you're tuning in, wherever you are tuning in from. Singing a little Friends in Low Places here at the Hoover Met. Getting this huge crowd. This is more of a Friday, Saturday, Sunday crowd than a Wednesday night crowd, but you take these two SEC powers in Auburn and LSU, get them together on a Wednesday night, and this is what you're going to get. Lots of orange and blue in Hoover, lots of purple and gold for the SEC tournament. And here we go in the fourth inning. It'll be Curiel, Milam, and Simpson. First pitch, lefty-lefty, yanked down the right field line. That's a fair ball. Headed to the corner. Extra bases for Curiel. He's on his way to second. Ballou took just an extra beat to dig it out of the corner there. And Curiel jumps on the first pitch. Doubles down the right field line. Does a celebratory dance at second base. And LSU has a man in scoring position, one pitch into the fourth inning. Curiel's 18th double of the year. That leads the team. So Milam comes to the plate with a chance to add to his RBI total of 49 and try to give LSU the lead. Scoreless, top of the fourth. LSU threatens. Pitch. Miss the outside corner. Oh, ball one. Might have been worth the challenge. Fralick decided to keep it in his pocket. Curiel's fourth hit in the tournament. Pitch to Milam. Missed a little up. 2 balls, no strikes. Milam flied out to center his first time. Curiel, good speed at second base. Base hit would give LSU a run. The pitch. Little bit low. And a little out. Count goes to 3-0 on the LSU shortstop and cleanup hitter. Marciano looks in, gets his sign from Fralick, and the 3-0. It's right through there for strike one. Marciano at 53 pitches here in the fourth inning with nobody out and one on. From the stretch, the delivery. Missed way outside, ball 4. So a double and a walk to start the fourth. And LSU trying to scratch first here in this second round matchup. Winner gets Texas A&M Friday evening. Braden Simpson, the designated hitter, he flied to deep center his first time. Fralick out to talk to Marciano. He is Simpson making his 18th start of the year. And Fralick finishes his chat with Marciano, heads back to the plate. Simpson does not have a sacrifice bunt this year. He has 7 walks and 22 strikeouts in 48 at-bats. Marciano's first pitch to the right-handed hitting DH. He shows bunt, pulls back, takes a strike. It's 0-1.
He looked into the dugout as if maybe he should challenge.
Yeah.
Talking about the batter.
Corners come in for Auburn defensively. Pitch. Gets the bunt down right in front of the plate. Only one play will be to first. Fralick throws over to Rembert covering the base. And it is the first sacrifice bunt of the year for Braden Simpson. First out of the inning. 2-4 on the sacrifice. Milam over to second. Curiel down to third. So 2 in scoring position for John Pearson. who got LSU's first hit, a solid single back in the second inning. Marciano trying to pitch out of some trouble here in the fourth. The delivery, off speed and high, ball one. And the LSU fans, who have been pretty quiet so far tonight, start to make some noise. Auburn fans have been noticeably louder until now. The pitch. Swing and a fly ball into left. Bub Terrell coming over, makes the catch. Curiel tags. Here comes the throw home. It is not in time. Sacrifice fly for Pearson, his 24th RBI of the year. LSU is on the board first. It's 1-0 here in the fourth. So the double, the walk, the bunt by Simpson to move the runners over. LSU manufactures a run here in the fourth. Sack bunt and a sack fly. Milam stayed parked at second base. He did not tag and go to third, so he's there with 2 outs for Chris Stanfield. Stanfield grounded to short to end the second inning. First pitch is called a ball.
We'll challenge that one.
And Auburn is going to challenge. I think that's too low. We're about to see. Yep. Ball low.
I don't blame him for challenging.
So Auburn has 2 challenges left. Yeah, you got to kind of test the limits of the low strike zone. 1-0 pitch. Stanfield takes a strike right through there at 79. 1-1 the count. Runner at second, 2 down, 1-0 LSU in the fourth. 1-1 pitch. Grounded foul to the backstop. And it's 1-2.
I do.
As we pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. The 1-2 pitch to Stanfield. Misses low. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second, 1 in, fourth inning. The last game of the day here at the Hoover Met. Started with a Mississippi State run rule win over Missouri, 12-2. 2-2 to Stanfield. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He got him. Marciano strikes out Stanfield to slam the door in the fourth. LSU gets a leadoff double. They pay it off. A run, 1 hit, and a walk. No errors and a runner stranded for LSU. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Tigers trail LSU 1-0, and this is the Auburn Sports Network.
Children's of Alabama reminds you that every child's head injury should be treated like a serious injury until a doctor says it's not. The CDC estimates some 4 million sports and recreation-related concussions occur each year. Even a minor fall or collision may be a concern. Symptoms typically include headaches, unsteadiness, confusion, or sleepiness. To find out what to do in case of a suspected concussion, visit childrensal.org/concussion and always dial 911 in case of an emergency.
Alabama Power is here for you when big storms hit, but we're also here for the little things. We're there to get the coffee started, to make sure everyone's ready for school, for midday dance breaks, and evening entertainment. We're also there to help you save on all that energy with easy-to-use tips, tools, and efficiency programs. So enjoy these moments.
Kids, movie night.
And we'll do the rest. Visit alabamapower.com and follow us on social to learn more.
Auburn trails LSU 1-0 as the Tigers come to bat in the bottom of the fourth inning. It'll be Freilich, Bingaman, and Guevara to get their second look at Kason Evans, who has been very good tonight for LSU. The sophomore right-hander. 4 strikeouts, no walks, and just 1 hit allowed in the first 3 innings. Throw goes down to second, and Freilich about to make his way to the plate. Looking for fresh seafood? I passed a couple of Wharf Casual seafood locations on the way up today. Seafood sourced from American Waters. If you're not a seafood fan, no problem. Wharf also serves burgers, salads, chicken, and more. Wharf Casual Seafood, 6 locations across central Alabama. Here's Freilich. He struck out looking in the first. Sophomore catcher. Ready to get in there and face Evans and the big strike zone. The pitch. It's in there for a strike, 0-1. Off-speed delivery to start Freilich. Tigers have one hit. That was a Bub Terrell single in the second inning. Freilich takes a ball inside. 1-1 the count. 13 homers. First 5 in the order for Auburn, all between 41 and 47 RBIs. Here's an off-speed pitch low. And Freilich's ahead in the count, 2-1. Not many guys have gotten ahead in the count against Evans. Big hole to the right of the bag at second. The pitch. Flied into left. Back goes Stanfield. Still going. Warning track. It is gone. Chase Freilich's 14th home run of the year. An opposite field blast for the Auburn catcher. He got ahead in the count. He got a fastball, and he drove it out over the wall in left. And Auburn has tied the game. It's 1-1.
Good to see Auburn respond to the run given up to LSU in the top of the inning. And it didn't take long for Freilich. Goes deep left.
Just love to see the opposite field power from guys like Freilich and Terrell. Here's Ethan Bingaman. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. First pitch, slider for a strike. 0-1. Whew.
7th home run surrendered by Evans this year.
0-1, misses down and away. A ball and a strike. And now the Auburn fans making noise again. 1-1 pitch, way outside again. 2 balls and a strike to the Auburn first baseman. Both teams have freshman first basemen who wear number 18. Pitch, Bingaman takes that for ball 3. Evans has come after that same spot all 4 pitches in the sequence so far.
First 3-ball count of the night.
Yep. It's 3-1 to Bingaman. And Evans better be careful here. Here's the pitch. Oh, he came inside with a fastball at 94.
Yeah, inside and a little bit up.
Yeah, fouled off by Ethan, and now the count is full. I mean, he's gotten 5 pitches in the time it takes most people to get 3. Here comes the payoff. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase back away. That fastball set him up, and he came back down and away to get strike 3. So Bingaman down on strikes for the second time. 1 away in the bottom of the 4th.
5 strikeouts tonight for Evans. The first 2 are the last 2 batters of the first. The first 2 batters of the third. And this first out for Auburn in the 4th after the home run by Freilich.
Guevara grounded to third his first time. Pearson plays over near the line. And the first pitch is a low strike ball, 0-1. Delivery. That's low and outside. 1-1. Might as well turn the pitch clock off with Evans up there with nobody on base. Here's the delivery. Downstairs, off speed. It's 2-1 to Auburn's third baseman. Guevara with 47 runs driven in. Tops on the team. Pitch to him. Topped foul back behind the dish. 2-2. Auburn has tied the game in the 4th. Chase Freilich's 14th home run of the year. LSU has 5 hits. Auburn has 2. Evans wants a new sign. He's got it in the 2-2. Outside. Guevara didn't chase. Counts full. So no 3-ball counts through the first 3 innings. He's gone back-to-back full counts to Bingaman and Guevara. 3-2. Eric reaches out, grounds it to first off the end of the bat. Braun takes it to the bag himself for out number 2.
I'm not sure how he even got a bat on that one.
Yeah.
That was ball 4 outside.
Just got the end of the bat, poked it out there to first. 2 down. And now Bub Terrell. Terrell got Auburn's first hit back in the second inning. He fell victim to an ABS challenge in his first at bat. First pitch, off speed in there for a strike, 0-1. Play him to pull on the infield. And he takes low. A ball and a strike to the Auburn left fielder. Terrell with 3 homers in the last 2 games of the regular season. Swings and misses here. It's 1-2.
96 on that fastball.
Terrell pats his chest, looks into the dugout, now back in the box. And a 1-2 pitch. Golfed foul over the net. And down onto the concourse.
Evans tried to get the inside corner, and Bub did a nice job to spoil a good pitch.
We have seen Terrell so many times with that 9-iron at the plate as opposed to the bat. Effective. Another 1-2 pitch on the way to the sophomore. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Went after a changeup that was down, and the inning is over. But Auburn ties it on Chase Fralick's 14th home run of the season, the only hit of the inning, no errors, nobody left. We're through 4, 1-1, our new score from the Hoover Met. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Strike out ants, termites, and other pests with a call to Cook's Pest Control. Cook's proven pest control methods and superior termite control system keep your home safe and are backed by a 110% satisfaction guarantee. As the weather gets warmer, your spring cleaning isn't done until you call the official pest control partner of the Auburn Tigers, Cook's Pest Control.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became the best-selling trucks in America. 33 million trucks later, we've kept that title every year since. And that's a formula we plan on repeating. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. The best-selling trucks in America for 49 years and counting. Based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year industry reported total sales.
8, 9, and 1 hitters for LSU in the top of the 5th inning against Jake Marciano. 1-1 our score. 3 hits for LSU, 2 for Auburn through the first 4 innings. This 5th inning, which has been a good inning for Auburn throughout the season, 5th innings presented by Southern Union, moves seamlessly to Auburn to complete a bachelor's degree in selected programs by taking courses at Southern Union and Auburn concurrently at Southern Union's tuition rates. Let Southern Union put you on a path to the Plains. Jack Ruckert, the second baseman, leads it off. He popped up to the third baseman his first time against Marciano. 63 pitches for Marciano. Could see this maybe as his last inning. First pitch, just missed the inside corner. 1 ball, no strikes to Ruckert. Although Auburn bullpen is occupied but quiet. Pitch right through there for a strike, 1-1.
There is somebody warming up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lefty on lefty to start the 5th inning.
Jackson Sanders warming up in the Auburn pen.
Off speed, cut on and missed by Ruckert. He was way out in front. It's a ball and 2 strike. And Auburn made the decision. Butch Thompson in his weekly visit with you, if you want more Auburn baseball you're not yet getting this week in Auburn baseball. Pitch just a little bit low, lower than ABS will allow. And the count goes 2-2 to Ruckert. Andy and Coach Thompson talk every week. This week in Auburn baseball, it's a more in-depth discussion of the previous week and a look ahead to what's to come. 2-2. Pulled into right field. Over is Ballou, makes a running catch in right field. That ball held up long enough. It looked like trouble off the bat, but Ballou had time to come circle around and run over under it to make the catch while on the move. 1 out. Coach Thompson made the comment, I can't say we're going to go after it or go all out at the SEC tournament and then not start one of our main guys. And so Marciano to Sanders, what you would see on a weekend, you're seeing here tonight. Pitch, bunted left side. That'll roll all the way to the LSU dugout. Foul, 0-1.
If Auburn can win this one tonight and the Tigers again don't play again until Friday, then you're back on your normal schedule with Alvarez on a Friday night.
Alvarez Friday, and then Petrovic Saturday if you get there. It just topped foul, 0-2 now to Patrick. And then if you get to Sunday, you're playing for the SEC Tournament Championship. You kind of figured out with the guys, maybe Griffin Graves, and see what you got left or who maybe could come back. 0-2, the count to Patrick. Pitch. Just a little bit low. Again, thought you might see a challenge there, but Fralick's going to hold on. 1-2 the count. See if he comes back up with a fastball here to the number 9 hitter who struck out his first time. Marciano deals and misses low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This completes the second time through the order. And when you get to regionals next week, first the 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Fastball at 90. He kept going low, 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 and then went low with a fastball to get him third strikeout of the game for Marciano. K-counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number 1. 2 of them have been Patrick. 2 up, 2 down in the 5th, and now back to the top of the order, Mason Braun. So you can use those main 3 weekend starters Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, knowing that when you get to regionals next weekend, they're still going to get rest plus a day relative to what they've had. And now time is called. LSU is going to try to disrupt the rhythm of Jake Marciano. Jay Johnson's going to call an offensive timeout. Marciano has made quick work of Ruckert and Patrick to start the 5th inning. Now the meeting is finally broken up there by Kevin Sweeney. And Braun makes his way to the plate. Braun tonight has fouled out to McCrane, fouled out to the left side, and he is also singled. Single was to left. First pitch. Check swing, he went. Strike 1. Breaking ball from Marciano, swept across the plate, drew the swing from Braun. Braun 2 for 6 in the tournament so far. Pitch home. Off speed, that's flied to center. Carter back, now in. Bristol reaches up, sees it into the glove, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Marciano, and a relatively quick one.
Yeah, and good to see him put up a 0 after Auburn ties the game in the bottom half of the 3rd.
All right, the Auburn bats in the 5th inning have made a lot of noise this year. See if they can do it here tonight against LSU. 1-1 is our score as we head to the bottom of the 5th when Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Looking for legendary wings, mouth-watering burgers, and unbeatable pizza for your next big event? Baumhauer's Catering is here to satisfy your craving. From tailgates, birthdays, to office lunches and weddings, boost your event with delicious flavors of Baumhauer's Catering. We offer pickup or delivery, or choose our full-service catering that includes setup and staff. Don't have space for your big event? We can even host you in our dedicated party space. Baumhauer's Victory Grill Catering. Legendary flavors, zero hassle. War Eagle.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
This broadcast of Auburn baseball is brought to you in part by Cook's Pest Control. The best defense for your home is Cook's Pest Control, the South's most trusted name in pest control since 1928, and the official pest control partner of the Auburn Tigers.
We are live at the Hoover Met SEC baseball tournament. McCrane, and Carter. Sounds like a spinoff from Boston Legal or something like that. McCrane, and Carter due up for the Tigers. Brandon, Mason, and Bristol. McCrane hit into a fielder's choice his first time. Redshirt sophomore shortstop. Coming to the plate. Alongside voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham, I'm Brad Law. We have Quinn Burkeen in our Skyview studios tonight. QB1. First pitch to McCrane is a called strike at the shins. 0-1. Third baseman plays back, and the pitch catches the outside corner. 0-2. He's seen nothing but called strikes.
He showed bunt.
Yeah.
But took it.
I think he thought maybe it was outside, but it caught the corner. Here comes the 0-2. McCrane takes that inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. In the same way Marciano works the corners, Evans is doing the same thing, but with a fastball and a changeup. Pitch. Bounced up there. It's 2-2. 66 pitches for Kason Evans, sophomore right-hander. Pitch number 67 is hit back up the middle by McCrane. He just sawed the field in half. Over the mound, over the second base bag. And it's a base hit for McCrane to lead off the 5th.
Evans tried a kick save and a beauty, but didn't get contact.
That was a perfectly symmetrical cut of the field by the path of that baseball.
Dissected it.
Yes. Now here's little brother Mason. 6'6" true freshman, younger brother.
There you go.
Both throw over to first. They hold McCrane at first. Third baseman Pearson is up on the grass.
You have some options here because Brandon, good on the base paths. 16 of 19 this year. Brother at the plate, could be bunting, just trying to move it along.
McCrane flied to right his first time. He takes ball 1 high.
Did not show bunt.
And having the leadoff runner on here and a leadoff runner with speed, it forces Evans to get out of his rhythm a little. He's got to slow down. Peeks over his shoulder at McCrane. Brandon gets a good lead. Here's the pitch to Mason. That's inside. 2 balls, no strikes.
Third baseman Pearson is playing up and near the line, which opens up a massive hole on the left side of the infield. And that will bring the pitching coach out for LSU.
Talking to some of the players today, they thought Evans, just because of what LSU has to do, if they could get Evans in some hot water early in the ball game, they might get him out of the ball game. And guys are starting to stir now in the LSU bullpen. Nobody throwing in earnest, but it's about to start. I mean, he's at 70 pitches, and he's only given up 3 hits here in the 5th inning. But LSU cannot afford to let the water get too hot. They lose, and their season is over. So, entire infield. Join Nate Yeske, the pitching coach, on the mound for that visit. And a righty and a lefty starting to short toss, just getting loose. Now we're ready to get back to business. 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch to Mason McCrane. Misses low. 3 balls, no strikes.
So you start the runner.
Let's see, shorter lead for Brandon. 3-0 pitch. Mason's taken all the way, and it's a strike, 3-1. Now McCrane can think here, and fouled off a couple of fastballs in his first at bat before he grounded into the fielder's choice. 3-1 here to the true freshman. Ball 4 low. A single and a walk. Tigers going to work in the 5th inning.
And the McCrane boys are on the plate on the bases.
McCrane and McCrane. And now Bristol Carter. Carter 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Got to think he's up there trying to bunt these runners over.
I think everybody in the place is thinking that if you followed Auburn baseball at all this year.
Pitch. He went after the bunt, missed it. 0-1.
What Bristol's got to watch if he comes up empty.
Yeah.
And that catcher decides to try and throw behind Mason McCrane at second, Bristol can't be in the way.
Yeah. Batter's interference otherwise.
And he was there.
8 sacrifice bunts for Carter this year. Corner infielders creep in. Here's the pitch. Bunted, foul. So Carter cannot get the bunt down on the first 2 pitches.
Not out of the realm that he continues to bunt. We've
Right.
seen Auburn do that, and he's the best bunter Auburn has.
Now Pearson's not budging at third. He's staying in. Same for Braun at first.
It's not a high percentage play,
No.
but we're talking postseason right now.
Yep. Yeah, you have go ahead runner at second, another runner at first. Want to try to move those guys over here in the 5th.
Third baseman does back up. Carter shows bunt.
Now the infielders crash. The pitch. Fouled away.
Yep.
It was high and tight, and Carter could not get the bunt back, and it ricocheted off the bat. That's a foul ball, strike 3. That's a smart pitch by Evans.
Sure is.
Really smart pitch.
Boy.
Now the glove was in the way.
Yeah.
It sure looked like Aaron Beatty's glove might have been in the way, but it's a strikeout. And a missed opportunity to move the runners over. Cade Ballou to the plate. First pitch to Cade, cut on and missed, 0-1. Carter and Ballou, back-to-back strikeouts in the 3rd, trying to avoid the same fate here in the 5th. If you're Ballou, you're just trying to get the ball on the ground, right side, get the runners over, swing and a miss at a high fastball that was outside as well. And now he's sort of at the mercy of Evans here, 0-2. Nothing but strikes from Evans after the walk to McCrane. 3-pitch strikeout to Carter, and now 0-2 to Ballou. Here's the delivery. High, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The McCrane's on base, 1 out, bottom of the 5th, 1-1 score. Evans looks to second, comes home. Ballou reaches out, fouls it away, left side.
Stanfield in left does not have an outfield assist. Curiel in center, and Patrick in right with 1 apiece.
Brandon McCrane runs very well.
I agree. I like the chances.
1-2 pitch. Swing up the left side, foul, into the seats. Still a ball, 2 strikes. Cade trying to battle. Go ahead run at second base in the bottom of the 5th inning. Evans is at 81 pitches. Another 1-2 to Ballou. Here it is. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 down. 8-9 in the order, 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts tonight. Back to the top we go, and Chris Rembert.
That missed bunt attempt by Carter looms large right now.
So now if Auburn's going to take a lead in the 5th, it'll be up to Chris Rembert.
Really good off-speed pitch there by Evans to get Ballou.
See if Chris goes up there looking for something to ambush on the first pitch. It's on a turn and a fake throw back to second. So that's 1 pitch clock reset for Evans. Rembert has grounded to short, fly to center. First pitch to him. Misses up and in with an off-speed delivery. 1 ball, no strikes. Big hole left of the bag at second. Now time call. And the infield will come in for LSU. get together and talk to Evans.
Righty and a lefty in the pen for LSU. I cannot get a number. I apologize for that.
We'll let it slide. I bet we find out soon. Meeting on the mound. Kevin Sweeney goes out to join it. Hands on hips. What you talking about, guys? And now they disband. McCrane started the inning with a single. Brandon McCrane. Then Mason McCrane walked. Carter struck out. Ballou struck out. And now Rembert with a 1-ball, no strike count. And a 1-0 pitch to the Auburn second baseman. Swung on and missed. 1-1. 94 on a fastball down. It's tough. First and second, 2 out in the inning. Auburn's leadoff hitter pitch. Strike. Fastball that was low, but with this strike zone, it's a strike. So now it's 1-2. And Evans has worked that low strike masterfully tonight. The 1-2 to Rembert. Missed low and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tried to get him to chase. Stayed disciplined. Bottom of the 5th inning. 2 on, 2 out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1-1 the score. Evans delivers. High chopper over Evans. Second baseman Fields. No play. They throw back to behind the runner at third, and they throw the ball away. McCrane comes in to score. Runners are at the corners, and Auburn has the lead. It was a high chopper over Evans' head. Ruckert came in to field it. Could not throw it first. McCrane had rounded the bag at third, was trying to get back. Ruckert threw to third base, but he threw wide of the bag, and McCrane was able to change directions again and come home to score. And Auburn leads 2-1.
Brandon is dead to rights at third. I mean, he's 15 feet down the line, and Ruckert just, if he takes a little more time, he throws to third and he's out. And that's it. Evans' night is done. How about that?
Auburn leads 2-1. And a new pitcher for LSU about to make his way in. He's on the jog now. LSU makes a Pepper Tree pitching change. For a new level of taste, Tiger fans know it's got to be Pepper Tree. It's probably a lefty, I would think.
It is.
Yeah. For the best wine selection and the finest cuts of meat, visit Pepper Tree in Auburn or Montgomery. Online, steaksandwine.com. Steaks, the letter N, wine.com. It is a Pepper Tree pitching change for LSU.
Ethan Plog is in.
Hey, Tiger fans, it's college baseball season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Backwards K's and Barn Burners. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the action this postseason. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Auburn baseball games or to any other live event in Auburn, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Auburn Tiger baseball. Let's go, Tigers. SeatGeek.
Pepper Tree pitching change for LSU. Number 38, Ethan Plog is on, a lefty. 6'1", 187, a sophomore from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Transferred in from Iowa Western Community College. 2-0 this year, but an ERA of 10.2, making his 22nd relief appearance. And that's tops on the ball club. 15 innings, 19 runs, 17 earned on 17 hits. 21 strikeouts, 16 walks, a couple homers, and opponents are hitting .283 against Plog. In SEC play, Plog no record, an ERA of 39. He's made 10 relief appearances in the league, 3 innings, 13 runs all earned in 3 innings of work.
Yeah.
A homer, and the league is hitting .471 against Ethan Plog. Well, really a fine effort tonight by Kason Evans. He goes 4 2/3 innings, gives up 2 runs, 1 of those earned on 4 hits, struck out 8, walked only 1 on the night. Threw 87 pitches, 57 for strikes. He leaves runners at first and third with 2 outs in the Auburn 5th. And Chase Freilich to the plate for Auburn against the left-hander, Ethan Plog.
Plog, one full inning across 2 appearances against Florida to finish the regular season. Did not give up a run, did not give up a hit. Had 2 strikeouts in that 1 inning of work. And Plog is out there now to face Chase Freilich. Lefty on lefty. Auburn leads 2-1, first lead of the night for the Tigers in white. Auburn in white, LSU in gray. Plog with runners at the corners and 2 outs, pitches, and gets Freilich out on his front foot out in front. 0-1. An unearned run to give Auburn the lead here in the 5th inning, a throwing error. Here's the pitch. Called strike, outside corner. Plog out in front of Freilich, 0-2.
Good pitch.
95 from the lefty. Lefties throwing 95 are tough.
It's unfair.
McCrane at third, Rembert at first. 0-2 pitch to Freilich. Rembert goes and pitch is grounded foul to the right. Over to the Auburn dugout.
Chris, 10 out of 15 stealing bases this year.
That was one where if Freilich doesn't swing and it's a ball and they throw down to second, maybe you can move McCrane from third. Here with 2 outs in the inning. Or they don't throw and you have another in scoring position. Here's the 0-2 again to Freilich. Swing and a pop-up. Got underneath it. Fly to shallow right. Ruckert is back. The second baseman makes the catch, and that's the inning. But Auburn takes the lead. Tigers get a run on 2 hits. 1 costly LSU error and 2 stranded. We played 5 at the Hoover Met. Your new score, Auburn 2, LSU 1. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Download the Auburn Athletics app, powered by War Eagle Mobile. Buy tickets, be a part of game day giveaways, shop the latest Auburn gear, and manage your War Eagle Plus subscription. And listen to every broadcast from the Auburn Sports Network, even when multiple games are happening simultaneously on the official mobile app of Auburn Athletics. Download it now.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Jake Marciano pitches with a lead for the first time tonight. Auburn leads LSU 2-1. 6 versus the 14. Winner gets Texas A&M Friday evening at 7 Central. If Auburn wins here, we'll be on the air at 6:45 Friday night. It'll just kind of feel like a regular Friday night in the SEC, won't it? With
sure.
Andreas Alvarez and Auburn against Texas A&M. Here in the 6th, Jake Marciano back to work. He had such a clean 5th. Tigers go back to him here in the 6th. Marciano at 75 pitches, 1 run on 3 hits. He's walked 1, struck out 3.
Sanders is ready when needed for Auburn.
Cade Arambidi put it in the air twice. He's 1 for 6, 3 strikeouts in the SEC tournament. Right-handed hitting catcher against Marciano. First pitch of the inning. Drops low. 1 ball, no strikes. 2-1 Auburn, top of the 6th.
Auburn's pitching low has been low tonight. LSU's done a nice job of getting to the bottom of the strike zone.
1-0 to Arambidi. Swing and a foul tip into the mitt. Beautiful changeup, 1-1. Listen to all things SEC, including live games in SEC this morning. Tune in to Sirius XM SEC Radio, channel 374. streaming on the SiriusXM app. Pitch, swing and a miss, went after another off-speed delivery that was away. And now Marciano ahead of Aaron Beatty, a ball and 2 strikes.
He has been ahead of Aaron Beatty in all 3 at-bats. Has gotten pop-ups the first 2 times around. 1-2 in each of the 3 at-bats tonight.
Marciano, the short wind and the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, a high fastball does Aaron Beatty in. 4th strikeout for Marciano tonight.
That was 89. That's not just one of those you're going to knock the bat out, but it was the placement.
Yeah,
Brad. It was up, and I mean way up. It was shoulder level up, and he threw it by him after 2 straight strikes at off speed at 77 and 78.
Yep. Now here's Curiel. Jumped on the first pitch of the 4th inning and doubled down the right field line. Here's the delivery. Yeah, a little bit outside, 1-0. Guevara comes in on the edge of the grass at 3rd. 1 out, nobody on, 6th inning, 2-1 Auburn. Marciano, glove to his face. Now the plant and the pitch. Strike. Fastball, 1-1.
Curiel's as good as anyone that Auburn faces of going the opposite way.
Yeah.
And especially with fastballs. Got to be careful on the outside corner against this guy.
Yeah, you have to limit what you can do away from him. Here's the pitch. And he went far enough away there, and he took it for ball 2. 4 for 8 in the tournament so far.
This was a guy that was one of the favorites for Player of the Year in the SEC before this year began.
Pitch home. Off speed bunted, right side, and a beautiful bunt. There will be no play. Nobody's covering the bag. Marciano, Rembert, and Bingaman all went for the ball, and Curiel bunted it hard into the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah, perfectly placed. Perfectly placed. The only way for that to work is for Bingaman to stay home, and I'm still not sure that they get him at first base.
I don't think they do then. Man, he showed late and then bunted it in a perfect spot.
They just don't get him. It was perfectly placed. And the left-handed pitcher is falling the other way off the mound.
Yeah. That's his 5th hit in a game and a half here at the Hoover Met.
And a threat to run.
Sure. Milam, the batter. First pitch to him is over for a strike. 0-1. Milam walked in the 4th. He flied to center before that. Curiel carries the tying run here in the 6th. Big hole right side of the infield, and the throw goes over to first. Pitchers test the limit of that 45-degree angle, don't they? Especially the lefties.
Yes, indeed.
It's a 45-degree angle that if you stay within, you're not considered committing to the plate. Another throw to first. Curiel, 13 stolen bases. He's been caught twice. Marciano set. The 0-1 pitch to Milam. Nope, throw to first. Curiel kind of stutter stepped, but made it back just fine. Milam. And a hot pink sleeve on the right arm. Pitch home. Bounced up there, blocked by Fralick, and he keeps Curiel at first.
What a job by Chase Fralick.
A ball and a strike to count to the LSU shortstop, Milam. Milam's got the hot pink sleeve. He's got the big diamond-studded necklace with the number 4 hanging around his neck. From the stretch, the delivery. Bouncing ball too short. McCrane to Rembert for 1. On to first. Double play. 6-4-3. Twin killing. Inning-ending double play. Hit into by Milam. That's our defensive play of the game, presented by Cook's Pest Control. The best defense for your home is Cook's, the South's most trusted name in pest control since 1928, and the official pest control provider of the Auburn Tigers. No runs, a hit. It was erased. No errors, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Still 2-1 Auburn. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Alabama Power is here for you when big storms hit. but we're also here for the little things. We're there to get the coffee started, to make sure everyone's ready for school, for midday dance breaks, and evening entertainment. We're also there to help you save on all that energy with easy-to-use tips, tools, and efficiency programs. So enjoy these moments.
Kids, movie night.
And we'll do the rest. Visit alabamapower.com and follow us on social to learn more.
Conecuh sausage is a fan favorite for tailgating, always great on the grill, and it's the official sausage dog and hot dog of the Auburn Tigers. Conecuh sausage is made from the finest cuts of pork, their patented blend of seasonings, and smoked over a pure hickory fire for that true Southern flavor. Be sure to visit the Conecuh Gift Shop in Evergreen, Alabama, right off I-65 at exit 96. Enjoy a crowd-pleasing Conecuh sausage dog while watching the Tigers and make Conecuh part of your game day. Conecuh sausage since 1947, a real winner. So Auburn comes to the plate in the bottom of the sixth. LSU goes to a pepper tree pitching change for number 26, Zach Cowan. Right-hander, 5'11", 211 pounds, a senior from Blythewood, South Carolina, and a transfer from Wofford. Cowan, 3-3 on the year, a 5.49 earned run average. This will be his 17th appearance and his 12th in relief with the save. 41 innings, 29 runs, 25 earned on 46 hits. Struck out 50, walked 12, has given up a team-leading 10 homers, and opponents are hitting .275 against Zach Cowan. 1-3 in the SEC with a 5.23 ERA. This will be his 11th appearance against an SEC school and his 8th in relief. During the regular season, he will have pitched 31 innings in the league, 22 runs, 18 earned on 28 hits. Struck out 33, walked 9. 7 of his 10 home runs came against SEC opponents, and the SEC hit .242 against right-hander Zach Cowan. A third of an inning for Ethan Plug. He got the batter that he needed. Was able to get that pop out by Chase Fralick with runners at first and third and 2 outs in the fifth, and now they go to right-hander Zach Cowan.
Cowan will face Bingaman, Guevara, and Terrell. Righty, and lefty. How about some more runs here? Oklahoma led LSU 2-1 through 4 innings last night, and LSU then scored 5 unanswered to come back and win the game. A little more offense here. Bingaman 0 for 2, couple of strikeouts against Evans. And Cowan starts him with a strike, 0-1. 86 on a breaking ball from Cowan. Up the middle, pretty wide open. 0-1 pitch. Called strike 2. Just not a strike, usually. Now Bingaman behind, no balls, 2 strikes. Cowan wants to work in a hurry too. The offering, missed low, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bingaman's average sits at .330. The 1-2. Called strike 3, outside corner. Bingaman 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts tonight, 1 away. In the bottom of the 6th.
That's unusual for that freshman.
Yeah. I don't know how many times that's happened this year. You probably count them on one hand. So here's Eric Guevara, 0 for 2, couple of ground outs to third and to first. Time to straighten one out. First pitch, way outside, ball 1. 1 away, bottom of the 6th. The winner plays Texas A&M Friday at 7. The delivery. Right through there for a strike. Got a hanging breaking ball. Took it to even up the count. Cowan's pitch. Got it over the top of it, fouled it off, 1-2.
Got to make an adjustment to this guy because he's throwing nothing but mid to upper 80s so far. After we saw a steady diet of fastballs at mid 90s.
Cowan, short wind, plants, pitches. Pulled, foul, hard, left side off the facing of the camera well.
Came up on that windup and paused a little bit
before
coming home. Kind of the old Tanner Burns routine.
Big deep breath by Cowan, and the right-hander ready. Again, the pitch. Upstairs. 2-2 to Guevara. It's a good take by Eric. Auburn baseball is brought to you in part by Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. 2-2. Pulled, foul, on the ground, past third. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment. 2-1. Auburn on top in the 6th. In front of a big crowd at the Hoover Met. Here's the 2-2. Guevara takes that upstairs, and the count is full. Tense moments. LSU season on the line here. If they don't win the SEC tournament, they won't go to regionals. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a fly ball to left. Stanfield is back. He's at the track. He's at the wall. That's long gone. Eric Guevara with a dozen homers this year. 12th for Eric. And Auburn leads 3-1. And he took a couple high to work the count full.
Yeah, you beat me to it. That was a supreme at bat. He saw everything in the arsenal, worked it to 3-2, and then just plastered one over the video board out there and left.
385 feet. 3-1 Auburn. And now Bub Terrell, who's 1 for 2. Terrell singled in the 2nd. That was Auburn's first hit. Struck out in the 4th. That was against Evans. Shows bunt. Takes a strike, 0-1. LSU goes into the shift. Ooh. Terrell's been working on going the other way. Pitch. Swing and a high fly ball. I mean, that is a mile high. Shallow center. In comes Curiel. He puts it away. A rainmaker by Bub for the 2nd out. 2 away, Brandon McCrane to the plate. He started the 5th with a single, came around to score.
Tell you what, looking at the home run by Guevara on the replay, it wasn't a terrible pitch. He just didn't get it far enough down. And Eric was zoned in on it.
So was Saxon Roberts in the dugout. Pitch misses a little bit outside to McCrane. 1 ball, no strikes. That is just Guevara's first the pitch. Ground ball to 2nd, to his left. Gloved there by Ruckert. He throws over to 1st in time, and that's out number 3. Just the 4th home run away from Plainsman Park this year for Eric Guevara.
2 of them here, though.
Yeah, 2 of them. That's a good point. He hit 1 against Samford. So Guevara's 12th home run of the year extends the Auburn lead. It's 3-1 as we head to the 7th inning after you hear this. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Here's a clip from a recent Talking Tigers podcast with Andy Burcham.
Former Auburn baseball player and American League MVP Josh Donaldson.
With Butch, Carl, Gabe at the helm there, and me being a former Auburn Tiger, I remember when I was first being pitched, Plainsman Park, it was one of the top stadiums. I think it was actually number 1, maybe a year or 2 before I got there. So I'd always seen that park as something special. And obviously, the time goes on. You know, you hear and see about all these SEC schools that are building crazy facilities, and I wanted the guys at Auburn that were going to come there to not feel like they were going to be missing anything.
New episodes of the Talking Tigers podcast are released Mondays wherever you listen to podcasts. Subscribe to the Talking Tigers podcast exclusively from the Auburn Sports Network.
Auburn 3, LSU 1 as we go to the 7th inning, and out of the bullpen comes Jackson Sanders, second-team All-SEC sophomore from Opelika, 6'3", 212 pounds, 4-1 with a 2.79 earned run average. This will be his 14th appearance of the year, his 7th in relief. 58 innings, 47 hits, 18 earned runs, 20 walks, and 80 strikeouts. Team's hitting .221 against Jackson Sanders. Jake Marciano, 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. He threw 86 pitches, 60 of them 4 strikes. Marciano can win it, he cannot lose it, and Jackson Sanders is on for Auburn to face Simpson, Pearson, and Stanfield in the 7th. And we hand it back over to the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham.
Brad, thank you. I'm not sure you could have asked much more out of Jake Marciano, working on a day's less rest, coming into this one against a team desperate to win. And in spite of 1 inning where he gave up the leadoff double to Curiel, he was fantastic tonight for Auburn. 6 innings, a run, 4 hits, 4 strikeouts, and a walk for Marciano. And now he gives way to Sanders to face Simpson, Pearson, and Stanfield in the top of the 7th for LSU, with Auburn on top 3-1. Wind and the pitch. High and outside, ball 1. Some more velocity certainly from Sanders from the left side, following Marciano, who was at 90, 91 tops. Pearson 0 for 1 on the night. The pitch, strike. 1-1 the count. Fly to center in the 2nd. A sacrifice bunt that led to a run for LSU. It's a lone run in the 4th inning. 2 for 4 in the SEC tournament. And now the 1-1 from Sanders. Here it is. Out in front. And not only does Sanders bring the heat, but that change up there at 80. And now he's ahead, a ball and 2 strikes to Simpson.
And Sanders is a guy who could benefit from this larger strike zone too, especially at the bottom of that strike.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Braden Simpson. Sanders, the wind and the pitch. An appeal, he did not go. Pitch was down, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Auburn appealed. Scott Kennedy said he did not go after that one. 2-2 the count. Jackson, the wind, and the 2-2. Strike 3 call. Let's see if LSU appeals that one. They will not.
No, not according to the strike zone tonight.
Strikeout for Sanders, his 1st of the night, 5th of the night for Auburn. K-Counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number 1. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. Pearson to the plate for LSU. The first pitch misses down from Jackson Sanders. Pearson with a single to left in the 2nd. And then a sacrifice fly plating LSU's run in the 4th. His 24th run batted in this season. Now the 1-0. 2-0 the count. That one misses low again. 1 out, nobody on for LSU in the top of the 7th. Auburn on top 3-1 in this final game of round number 2. Day number 2 of the SEC tournament. 2-0 pitch. All 3 outside. Chris Stanfield waits on deck. Sanders in relief of Jake Marciano. But after the strikeout to Simpson, he's gone 3-0 now to John Pearson. Sanders, the wind in the pitch. Fastball inside corner, it's a strike. Three balls and a strike to Pearson. 8 homers, 24 runs batted in this season. Here's the 3-1. Fly ball into center. On comes Bristol Carter. 2 outs. And even on a 3-1 pitch, Brad, Sanders got him to go after his pitch.
He really did. Just the confidence to throw it where he wanted it. And LSU may be starting to press a little bit as the game goes on. They're going to open up and expand their zone a little bit.
That'll bring Chris Stanfield to the plate for the LSU Tigers. 2 outs and nobody on. Stanfield 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout, both against Marciano, the pitch. Strike call on a fastball. Well, actually, that was the changeup at 84.
And that's not called a strike if the challenges don't call it a strike early in this ballgame.
0-1. Strike 2. Good job of framing by Frelick. 0-2 the count. That was a fastball at 92.
Gonna go right back to it.
0-2 pitch. Nope, off speed, and he pops it up right side of the infield. Who wants this one? How about Rembert? 3 up, 3 down. Sanders sets down LSU in order. And it's a 7th inning stretch time at the Hoover Met with your Auburn Tigers on top by a score of 3-1. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Tiger pride. When I'm carrying the Auburn University Regents Visa debit card or prepaid Regents Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra Auburn gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra War Eagle from the cashier too. Visit Regions.com/Go Tigers to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC, member FDIC.
You've created a comfortable home office. Now let Carrier provide the cash bonus. For a limited time, you can claim up to $1,550 in cool cash rebates on a qualified Carrier home comfort system. There's never been a better time to upgrade to year-round premium comfort and energy savings. Carrier, turn to the experts.
This game recap is presented by Regions Bank. Regions is a proud partner of Auburn University and the official bank of the SEC.
It's been a single-run night for both Auburn and LSU. LSU jumped out to a 1-0 lead on a sacrifice fly in the 4th. Auburn tied it on the first at-bat of the bottom of the 4th, a homer by Frelick. Auburn took the lead on a throwing error by the second baseman, and then made it a 2-run Auburn lead on a home run by Eric Guevara. And as Auburn comes to the plate in the bottom of the 7th, they face Zach Cowan. It will be Mason McCrane, Bristol Carter, and Cade Ballou.
4th largest attendance in SEC tournament history this session tonight. Arkansas, Tennessee, but this is the game.
Sure.
Auburn and LSU that has done it, and just tremendous. We thought early on this wasn't a typical Wednesday night crowd, and those numbers back it up.
All right, Mason McCrane to the plate, walked back in the Auburn 5th. He's also struck out on the night. His first look at the right-hander Zach Cowan, who pitches, and Mason swings and fouls it out of play. Auburn baseball brought to you in part by East Alabama Health. With their spacious cancer center, patients can make cancer a distant memory instead of a distant drive. And that's why East Alabama Health is Auburn's home field advantage. 0-1. Mason takes it high and outside. McCrane, Carter, and Ballou for Auburn. Tigers try to add to a 3-1 lead here in the bottom of the 7th. Cowan the wind of the pitch. Drops in there for strike 2.
Dugout mics work pretty well, don't they?
Yes, it does. And that's an active Auburn dugout, too. 1-2 pitch to Mason. Swing, line drive, base hit, up the middle. Leadoff single for the Auburn freshman DH.
Cowan went to the well back-to-back times with that same breaking ball. Got it for a called strike for strike 2, and Mason was looking for it on the next pitch, and he got it.
Didn't quite get it down enough, did he?
No.
And a leadoff single for Mason McCrane. Good wheels out there for Auburn. And here's Bristol Carter. It's another possible bunting situation for Bristol, who was up there to bunt last time, but he struck out on 3 bunt attempts. A leadoff single for Mason McCrane. Bristol shows bunt. Third baseman comes in, and a throw to first. No tag applied to Mason McCrane. Have we seen Bristol slash this season, Brad?
I can only think of maybe once early in the year. And I may be running that into last year. So
McCrane a lead at first. Cowan comes set. Bristol shows bunt. Pearson comes in at third. Long set, the pitch. Runner goes. It was a slash. Throw to second base, and he is out.
Yep.
And LSU wants a batter's interference on Bristol Carter. Really good throw by Aaron Beatty down to second base.
And almost like a pitch out. Pitch was far enough outside, Aaron Beatty could go straight into his throwing motion.
0-1 fouled back here. 0-2 the count now to Bristol Carter. So the leadoff man erased for Auburn. 0-2 the count to Bristol Carter with Cade Ballou waiting on deck. Tigers lead 3-1 against LSU here in the bottom of the 7th. Pitch on the way. High with the fastball. 1-2 the count. Fastball at 92. That's the best velocity we have seen thus far from Cowan. Wind and the 1-2. Bristol lines it down the left field line, but it's foul. Foul and into the corner.
Yeah, the fastball at 92 makes me wonder if he's also throwing a cutter.
May have thrown the cutter on the home run by
yeah.
Guevara. 1-2 to Bristol. Held up on a pitch outside and appeal to first. He did not go. 2-2 now. You know, it's interesting on the throw out of McCrane as Bristol showed bunt. I'm wondering if somebody missed a sign there. That's not typically the combination you see.
No, but he did pull the bat back like he was going to slash.
Okay. Pitch. Bristol swings and misses. 2 down. Second strikeout for Cowan. Promising start to the inning, and now Ballou comes to the plate with 2 outs and nobody on, and he struck out twice. That's the bottom 2 in the order tonight right now are combined 0 for 5 with 5 strikeouts. Auburn right fielder bats with 2 outs and nobody on. Hit his first homer of the season on Saturday in that win against Georgia. The pitch hit him. Well, that's nothing new, is it? It will be the 42nd time that Ballou has been hit in his career. Every time that happens, it sets an Auburn record.
Got him on the right foot. He was walking very gingerly before he started his trot down to first base.
And a new supply of baseballs for the home plate umpire, Kevin Sweeney.
Oh, it got him not on the foot. It got him right on the back of the knee.
It was 86, and I'm sure that hurt. Ballou at first now, and here's Chris Rembert. 1 for 3 on the night. Stretched by Cowan. Here comes the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Three runs, 6 hits, no errors, 3 men left on base for Auburn. A run, 4 hits, 1 error, and 3 men left on for LSU. Big hole up the middle for Rembert. Here comes the stretch. And a throw to first, and Ballou dives back safely. Ballou will lead at first, 2 down here in the 7th. Stretch in the pitch. Ball 2 upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes to Rembert. Boy, I'd love to see Fraley get up here with 2 outs in this inning.
Yeah. Particularly with Cowan up over 30 pitches by that point.
Ballou edges away from first. Rembert waits on a 2-0 delivery. Here it is. On the outside corner, strike 1.
He was more patient his last at bat, and he wound up singling. First hit of the night. He's been patient again here and has an advantage count.
Cowan comes set. Here's the 2-1 to Rembert on the way. Chris chops it foul at the plate. Count is even. Rembert hit a one-hopper over the pitcher to the second baseman back in the 5th. Brandon McCrane went around third base. He was at second on that play. Went around third base and was dead to rights. But Ruckert threw in between McCrane and the third base bag to the dugout. And Brandon scored on the play. That gave Auburn the lead. Tigers have added to that lead, now lead 3-1. 2-2 pitch to Rembert. Ballou at first, 2 outs in the inning. Stretch in the pitch. Rembert swings and misses. And the inning comes to a close. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left for Auburn. We go to the 8th. Tigers of Auburn lead at 3-1. Stay tuned, friends. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Looking for a street legal golf car? Diamond Golf Cars has the largest selection in the state, and the Auburn store is right off Oplacker Road, closer than you think. With locations in Auburn, Birmingham, and Huntsville, they've been raising the bar since 2012 in golf car sales and service. Need a tune-up? Diamond Golf Cars is full service for all your golf car needs, and they offer pickup and delivery, carrying brands such as EasyGo, Club Car, Yamaha, and much more. Visit DiamondGolfCars.com today and drive different. Drive Diamond.
The Goose Performing Arts Center at Auburn University is Alabama's premier destination for the arts, bringing you the very best of Broadway, dance, music, and more. Learn more about upcoming performances and see the calendar of events online at gougecenter.auburn.edu. That's GOGUE center.auburn.edu. Or call the box office 334-844-TIXS.
LSU to the plate in the top of the 8th. Jackson Sanders, second inning, will work through 13 pitches. In his 7th inning, he will get Ruckert, Patrick, and the top of the order, Braun. We're going to have to face the big boys at some point for LSU. And looks like we're going to get a pinch hitter for LSU before this inning's over. Ruckert will lead it off. Zach York has grabbed a bat. Big left-handed hitter. He is on deck.
Let's see.
Or do we have a pinch hitter to lead off the inning? We sure do.
I think we do. Edward Yamin, the 4th, number 13. Catcher, first baseman.
Right-handed hitter against the left-hander Sanders.
Yamin has 40 at-bats. He's 9 for 40. 2 homers, 7 RBI.
Tigers lead 3-1. We're in the top of the 8th. Sanders, the wind and the pitch. And Yamin takes it outside for ball 1. Ruckert was 0 for 2 with a pop-up and a line out. Sanders, the wind to the 1-0 pitch. Swing, fly ball into right. Ballou ranges to his right, makes the catch, 1 out.
I made the mistake of opening one of my weather apps. Let's get some quick outs.
Really?
Yep. Let's get some quick outs.
Are you taking the blame for the rain that's on the way, or just the fact that that you now notice that there's rain on the way?
I wish I hadn't opened the app is all I'm saying. Sometimes ignorance is bliss.
But that's just so wide open, and I'm just going to leave it alone. All right, Zach York to the plate. Big left-handed hitter. 6'2", 295 from Campbell, California. Transferred in from Grand Canyon. The pitch to him. Sweeps on the inside corner for a strike.
Buddy.
Batting .228. He has 6 homers and 19 runs batted in. 0-1 swings and misses. Off-speed pitch way in front. 0-2. Auburn leads it. 1 out, nobody on for LSU. Top of the 8th, 0-2 to the pinch hitter York. Winding the pitch, swing and a miss. But he didn't mess around with Zach York, did he?
Jackson Sanders has been extra sharp since coming into this game last inning.
And now to the top of the order for LSU, and Mason Braun to the plate with 2 outs and nobody on. He's 1 for 3. Fouled out in the first, singled back in the third, and flied out to center in the 5th.
Tell you what, Sanders has gotten 5 outs in 18 pitches.
Lefty on lefty here. The pitch to Braun is a fastball up for ball 1.
If he can be similarly efficient for the next 4 outs, he could absolutely come back for Auburn to make a semifinal or a championship game.
Exactly right. 1-0 to Braun. Strike. Inside corner, down a little bit. (3-1) Auburn leads it. 2 outs, nobody on. We're in the 8th. 1-1. Braun. Missed the outside corner and down. 2 balls and a strike to Braun. Auburn plays him to pull with the infield, the 2-1. Foul tip, and that got Fralick. I'm not sure where it got.
I think it got him on the inside of the left foot.
Okay. That would bear out the way he is hobbling behind the plate.
And that was fouled away and then kicked away hard.
Yep, that hit the bat, then hit his glove, and then deflected down, and on the inside, I think it got him down near the ankle, inside the shin guard. He's leading off the next inning. He's not coming out. No chance. 0.
Yep. Be good if Auburn hangs on and wins this game that day off. Be really nice tomorrow. 1 game and then a day. And then you come try to win 3 in 3.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Braun. Sanders, the wind and the pitch. Braun into left. Terrell back. Now in a couple steps. 3 up, 3 down for LSU in the 8th. Auburn to the plate in the bottom of the 8th. Tigers lead LSU 3-1. Stay tuned, friends. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Alabama Power is here for you when big storms hit. But we're also here for the little things. We're there to get the coffee started, to make sure everyone's ready for school, for midday dance breaks, and evening entertainment. We're also there to help you save on all that energy with easy-to-use tips, tools, and efficiency programs. So enjoy these moments.
Kids, movie night.
And we'll do the rest. Visit alabamapower.com and follow us on social to learn more.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just non-stop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
You're listening to Auburn Baseball in the SEC Tournament.
We go to the bottom of the 8th. Auburn will send up Fralick, Bingaman, and Gavar to face, at least initially, Zach Cowan, who has thrown 32 pitches. Zach York will stay in the game. He will go to first base. Braun goes to... Does Braun go to second?
No, Braun is out.
Okay.
They have a new second baseman.
A new right fielder.
And a new right fielder as well.
York is the new first baseman. And it will be Chase Freilich to lead it off for Auburn.
Caraway is the new second baseman. Trent Caraway, a junior. And Braun does stay in the game. He goes to right field.
All right. And here's Chase Freilich. First pitch from Cowan misses up. Freilich homered in the fourth after LSU had scored a run in the top of the inning. Auburn tied it up immediately on the leadoff homer by Freilich in the fourth inning. Pitch on the way. Chase chops it to this right side of the second baseman. Caraway throws to first for the out. And here's Ethan Bingaman. It's been a tough night for the freshman All-SEC selection. He's 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. He was the first one to face Cowan in the 6th. Wind and the pitch to Bingaman. Ground ball foul past third. He missed extra bases by a couple feet. And Pearson guarding the line over there. Hurry up, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Hurry up. 0-1 to Bingaman. There is weather on the way, friends. 0-1. Up and in, a ball and a strike. Hey, whether you're planting a tree or tackling a backyard project, don't risk a penalty. Contact Alabama 811 before you dig to get your underground utilities marked for free. Ball and a strike to Bingaman. Here's a pitch. Chopper back to the pitcher on a hop. He'll flip to first for the out. Visit al811.com or call 811. It's free, it's simple, it's the law. Alabama 811. 2 outs. And here's Eric Guevara. Home run back in the 6th. Gave Auburn a 2-run lead. His 12th round tripper of the season. His 2nd home run in this ballpark. He hit a gargantuan home run against Sanford in that run rule game. He bunts, third base side. Third baseman charges, fields, throws, safe. Well played by Pearson. It was just he was playing back with 2 outs, and Guevara put it down. Pearson came in, fielded it with the bare hand, and Guevara beat it out.
Oh no.
There is weather on the way. Hustle, boys.
Lightning within 10 miles.
If it gets to 8, this game is stopped.
Yeah.
Here is Bub Terrell. 1 for 3 on the night. Third baseman plays even with the bag. And Cowan steps off.
Definitely been a shift in the wind.
Yeah, sure has. Stretch. Guevara lead at first, 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Pitch on the way. Bub takes it outside for ball 1. Two outs, a runner at first, bottom of the 8th, 3-1 Auburn. A ball and no strikes to Terrell. Guevara with his lead. Stretch in the pitch. Bub swings and misses. 1-1. LSU in the 9th will have the 2, 3, and 4 hitters to face Sanders. One and one to Terrell. Pitch. Fastball, strike 2.
It's not been a poor pitching job by LSU tonight.
No, it hasn't.
It's just been a better pitching job by Auburn.
1-2 the count to Terrell. Stretch by Cowan. 2 outs, throw to first. And Guevara's back without a tag from York. They're big boppers coming to the plate in the top of the 9th.
You got to get through them one more time.
Yep. A ball and 2 strikes to Bub Terrell. And another throw to first, and Guevara's back. Terrell waits on a 1-2 pitch. Here it is. Just, got the inside corner. Auburn and Bub will challenge.
Yes, he will.
And it's a strike, and the inning's over. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 man left. We go to the 9th. Auburn 3, LSU 1. Stay tuned. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Where were you when this happened?
Ross swings enough drive to deep left field. That one's gone. That one's gone. Auburn wins. Auburn wins. Auburn wins. Auburn wins. Auburn wins. I don't believe it, Ross. A 3-run homer. The Tigers win.
Don't miss the next heart-pounding moment. This is your home for Auburn baseball, the Auburn Sports Network.
Looking for legendary wings, mouth-watering burgers, and unbeatable pizza for your next big event? Baumhauer's Catering is here to satisfy your cravings. From tailgates, birthdays, to office lunches and weddings, boost your event with delicious flavors of Baumhauer's Catering. We offer pickup or delivery, or choose our full-service catering that includes setup and staff. Don't have space for your big event? We can even host you in our dedicated party space. Baumhauer's Victory Grill Catering. Legendary flavors, zero hassle. War Eagle.
All right, we go to the 9th. Auburn 3, LSU 1. Weather is on the way. Sanders will get Aaron Beatty, Curiel, and Milam. 3 of their best hitters. As Auburn tries to win its first game here at the SEC tournament. And then get ready for Texas A&M on Friday at 7 p.m. Central. But boy, 3 very tough outs to get here in the 9th. Aaron Beatty is 0 for 3. He's popped up twice. He struck out. Sanders works up the left side of the rubber. Here's the wind and the pitch to Aaron Beatty. A little bit low, 1-0. Aaron Beatty popped out to center in the first, to right in the third, struck out swinging in the 6th. The pitch. Swing on a line drive into center. Bristol Carter right there, 1 out. Hit it hard, but right at the Auburn center fielder. All right, that's 1 big out here in the 9th inning. And now Derek Curiel. 2 for 3 on the night. Doubled to lead off the 4th and scored LSU's lone run. Singled in the 6th, but was erased in a double play. And LSU's going to call a timeout. It wouldn't bother LSU at all to get to the rain delay. And they're going to take a timeout to talk it over. And rain, let's put it this way, weather is on the way here at the Hoover Met. There was an announcement made in the bottom of the 8th that the weather was within 10 miles of the stadium. And the timeout is over. And now Curiel will bat. Bunted his way on in the 6th. Doubled and scored in the 4th and tapped back to the pitcher in the 1st. 1 out, nobody on. Curiel into the batter's box. Sanders works off the wind and the pitch. Strike. 80 to the bottom part of the strike zone. 0-1 to Curiel. Jackson, the wind in the 0-1. Missed the outside corner, a ball and a strike. Sanders at 27 pitches in this relief outing. Pitch. Strike 2 to Curiel. 2-2. Curiel out of the batter's box. Sanders back on top of the rubber. Curiel steps in. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count to the LSU center fielder. Wind and pitch. Misses low. Boy, I'd think about a challenge there, but Auburn may have run out of its challenges. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Curiel. Throw him a strike, Jackson. 3-2 pitch to Curiel. There it is. Did he go and appeal to third? He didn't. And Curiel walks. Pitch was outside. It's a walk to Curiel. First walk of the night for Sanders, just the second. Now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. I apologize. Full count to Sanders. Excuse me, full count to Curiel. Sanders comes home. Here it is. Foul back. Curiel, the only one in the LSU lineup with a multi-hit night. He's 2 for 3. The lefty Sanders comes home. The 3-2 pitch. Strike 3, call! They will appeal. They will appeal. LSU wants to challenge that call of strike 3. And it is ball 4. He does walk. It missed outside. And now the tying run comes to the plate for LSU. Potential tying run. And it's Steve Milam. In the 6th, a 1-out single by Curiel, but he was erased in a double play ball from Milam. Auburn would love to get that right here and put this ball game to bed. Milam is 0 for 2 on the night. He's flied to center. He has walked and has hit into that 6-4-3 double play. And Chase Fralick to the hill, and Everett Teaford races to the mound for Auburn. Entire infield in to talk about this batter is Steve Milam. Has 11 home runs this season. He's second in the LSU order with 11. And it's a quick meeting on the mound. Milam homered here last night. The walk to Curiel is the first base runner since Jackson Sanders came in for LSU. Sanders comes set. First pitch to Milam. Right down the middle for a strike. Curiel gets his lead at first. Tigers lead at 3-1. We're in the top of the 9th. 1 out, 1 on. The pitch. Strike 2 to Milam. 0-2. And Milam steps out. Milam back in the box after the offensive timeout. Sanders ahead of Milam, no balls and 2 strikes. After the 1-out walk to Derek Curiel. He's at first base with 1 out here in the 9th. Auburn leads 3-1. Stretch, here's the pitch. Milam tops it, could be 2. McCrane to Rembert to first. Safe at first. Milam beat it out. Auburn gets the lead runner. We're down to 2 outs now in the 9th. Fielder's choice for Milam, and he's at first with 2 outs now. And here's Braden Simpson, the DH. 0 for 2 on the night. He's flied to center, a sacrifice bunt, and struck out looking. He was the first one to face Jackson Sanders. 2 outs. Auburn will not hold Milam at first base. Sanders stretches and pitches and misses low. Two outs and a runner at first for LSU. Auburn leads 3-1. We're in the top of the 9th. Stretch in the pitch. All too low. Simpson 0 for 2 on the night with a sacrifice bunt. Milam gets his lead. Here's the 2-0. Swing and a miss. Two balls and a strike to Simpson. Jackson Sanders comes set. The 2-1 pitch. High fly ball left side. Will it stay in play? Foul ground. Guevara gives chase, but that one goes about 4 rows deep into the stands. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. Thought that might get blown back into play, but it fell about 4 rows deep into the stands. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. Two outs, top of the 9th. Auburn 3, LSU 1. Milam at first base for the Fighting Tigers. 2-2 to Simpson. Most fans have come to their feet, regardless if they're rooting for LSU or Auburn. Simpson, or rather Sanders, comes set in the pitch. Missed outside, 3-2. John Pearson waits on deck. Milam will be off with the pitch. 3-2 with 2 outs in the 9th. Sanders off the stretch. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 call, and the game is over, but LSU will challenge. That one had the plate as the rain starts to fall here at Hoover, and it's low. And now the potential tying runs are aboard. And here's John Pearson. Tigers just trying to get that 3rd out against LSU. Milam to second. Simpson to first. And John Pearson to the plate. Single back in the 2nd. Sacrifice fly in the 4th. He flied to center here in the 7th inning. 2 outs, 2 on the pitch. And time was called by LSU. Pitch was coming home. Time was called by the second base umpire, and LSU will use a pinch runner. Daniel Hardin comes in to run for LSU. And Butch Thompson really upset that time was called as that pitch came in. And he's talking it over with the home plate umpire, Kevin Sweeney, and the first base umpire, Scott Kennedy. Butch has his say, back to the dugout. Rain is falling now at Hoover. Boy, any ball that's hit on the ground, get a absolute great grip on it before you throw it. Milam at second and Hardin, the pinch runner, at first. The pitch. Outside, ball 1. Auburn was within an eyelash of a double play ball to end it. And then a 3-2 pitch that was called a strike but challenged, and it was a ball. Now runners at first and second, the 1-0 pitch. Strike. 1-1. Pearson 1 for 2 on the night with an RBI sacrifice fly. Auburn 3, LSU 1. 2 on, 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Sanders off the stretch. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball down and in. Actually, changeup down and in. 1-2. And for the second straight batter, Auburn within a strikeout or a strike of ending this one. Milam at second, Harden at first. Ball and 2 strikes the count to Pearson. Here's the pitch. Ground ball foul. Third base side. Off of Pearson, who goes down to a knee. It hit his left foot. Jay Johnson will come out and make sure that his batter is okay. And now the athletic trainer will come out and make sure that the batter is okay. Runners at first and second with 2 outs for LSU. A ball and 2 strikes the count to John Pearson. 14,461 on hand tonight, 4th largest attendance in tournament history. LSU with the tying runs aboard. Steve Milam at second and Daniel Harden at first. A ball and 2 strikes the count to Pearson. Sanders comes set. 1-2 pitch, here it is. He fouls off another one. And that one got Freilich. New baseball out to Sanders. That foul ball thrown out of play. He had Brain briefly. Looks like it has lessened here as Sanders tries to close things out in the 9th. First and second, 2 outs. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count to John Pearson. Jackson Sanders stretches just above the belt. Here is the pitch. Outside. Freilich had to lunge for that one to keep the runners at first and second. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. Milam leads from second, Harden from first. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Pearson. 2 outs in the 9th. Tigers lead 3-1. The pitch. Foul ball back to the screen. Both teams battling right now. LSU just trying to stay alive for the season. Auburn trying to end it, move into the quarterfinals on Friday. Sanders gets set for another 2-2 pitch to John Pearson. The stretch, here's the pitch. Missed the outside corner, count goes full. And the runners are off with the pitch. Milam from second and Harden from first will be off with the pitch. Full count now to Pearson. 2 outs, top of the 9th. Jackson Sanders stretches and pitches. Ground ball back to the shortstop. McCrane charges, fields, throws, and Auburn wins. Sanders gets the save. The win to Jake Marciano. And Auburn moves on to the quarterfinals of the SEC tournament. 6-3 on the putout. Auburn wins. Tigers 3, LSU 1. Stay tuned, Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
You've created a comfortable home office. Now let Carrier provide the cash bonus.